Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of our Saturday morning campaign. Welcome to the Adventures Adventuring Guild. My name is Jason. I will be your DM this dungeon, your storyteller, your god. Our adventures take place on a little continent called Aura, a region blocked and divide amongst the continent. Each distinguishing area brings their own dynamic to the world, almost like a sense of balance but twisted. As each region, almost basically, if you would take an outside look at it, would almost represent the actual alignments of the world. But that is for another time. Today, we're joining a group of adventurers who were sent far and wide across the northern hemisphere of the planet in a colder region. The year 1115, post-calamity, where the gods were locked behind the eternal gate. Large destruction that destroyed half the planet took forth just 1100 years ago, and the world has slowly been rebuilding, regathering itself up, trying to bring a sense of normalcy back. The Druids used this time to gain control and order and put structure into the world, to have a way to keep things at peace to the best of their ability. But as we look closer, deep into the frozen northern tundra, into the heavy wooded forest, flat frozen lands, coastal city, there lies a small town called Remembrance. This is where we will begin our adventure. A ship cascading just off the southern coast, headed inland to enter the city of Ehrenwald. A pair of half-elves. Fuck that up. Oh, you're half-elf too, right? Fuck it. A pair of half-elves. Siblings, to an extent, may not be by blood, but by choice. We're on a creaking boat. You two see the coastline. With just a mile in the distance, you can see the rising towers of the city of Ehrenwald. You can see almost appears like a mountainscape in the center of the actual town. Temples, large, different colors gleaming. Some lights flickering from each of the different kinds of temples that are out there. You guys are on the boat itself. It is busy. The people are lowering down sails, beginning to start setting anchors, getting ready to make port. A friendly dwarf walks up to you as you guys are standing on the deck, with the early morning sun rising to the east. Walks up to you. Ah, I see you two have risen. How are you all doing this fine day? I hope we still have an agreement there. You play music at my bar now. So he's talking to you.
Yes, I play music in your bar. Yes, the agreement's still on.
3 months. And then we'll see what we can do about getting you into that college we were talking about.
Yes, the college, yes.
Alas, what do you plan on doing here now that your brother has work to do? Do you have means of a place to stay? Or do you plan on staying with your brother?
I plan on staying with my brother.
The city of Ehrenwald is a trifling place. A bunch of different kinds of people arise there, different religions, different aspects. So, my bar is located in the den. It is not the best place for a pretty young lady for like yourself, or sorry to say, but I normally don't like most elven kinds. But your brother is pretty handsome for himself too. I'm a wee bit concerned. So I ask that you guys keep a low profile, okay? I don't need unwanted attention as you taking the mark of my name.
That's understood. We'll keep a low profile.
As you guys are sitting there talking on the boat, you can hear the crew yelling out to each other, and they see that the captain's making preparations to make dock. As you guys are beginning to slow your cruise speed down to a nice docking. As you guys get within about 200 feet of the dock, the smell of the city hit, and you were used to smelling the fresh water, you guys, from the city of Tyr itself, this beautiful oasis-like town out in the middle of the desert. But this is a completely new environment to you. The smell of almost like human waste immediately hits you. You look upon the waters, you're used to seeing crystal clear blue waters. You see upon the water, you can see it is not the cleanest, well-kept riverside. You guys have entered the small inlet that heads into the actual docking area. As the boat begins to approach, the docks are busy. There was a dozen or so boats parked. You can see from different regions. You can see the southern boats. You can see some elven boats. You see a mechanical boat with gold-like trim. Everybody's busy. It almost seems like a bunch of ants. It's kind of unusual because for the city of Tyr, even though you've grown up in this fairly large metropolis, it's pretty laid back and more kind of festival-like more often than not. This place, you can immediately see, is business, 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 and damn does it smell. As the boat heads deeper into the actual docking area, docking port, goes by, the different kinds of boats and finally finds its dock. As it begins to tie off, the dwarf walks up to you. So, I have some business to take care of. Find your way to the den. You can see the temples there. Continue walking in that direction to the palace. There'll be a gate off to the side of that. I leave it to you to find the bar. Follow the signs. Ask around, get to know each other. If you don't make it there by nightfall, I'll find you. We have a record.
Okay.
Kind of waddles off the side of the boat. What you doing?
I guess we look for signs and follow his directions towards the palace.
Okay. Because you guys are making your way through the city, you can see the dock areas. They're busy. They're filthy. You can sense that this is just a sense of just your business and hardworking people that work over here. As soon as you cross the threshold, you can immediately see this grand terrace that stretches for a good almost 6 miles in the middle of the city, where you see the large temples, one right after another. You begin counting them, and you immediately just the first large temples you can see. Hold on, I'm going to change the map for you guys so you guys can see. I'm talking about. Yikes! Because you guys are beginning to approach in that area. You can just see the temples of golds, temples of reds, blues, the different vibrancy. You see different robes among people of different colors. You assume that they're from the different religions themselves. You hear a large crowd break out to the north of you all. You guys look in that direction. You can see just cascading over some of the buildings, a large coliseum rises a good 100 feet in the air. You guys begin to walk through. Different people begin to approach you. Have you met your lord? You're seeking a religion. How are you doing? As you guys kind of just, do the whole I'm not interested kind of thing as you guys are walking past.
No.
Or do they? Or do you?
No, definitely
No
not.
thanks.
We politely decline.
It's a no from me.
As you begin to head through the district, these grand temples that seem to stretch on forever, it almost feels like, before you come to a higher class area. Beautiful beautiful houses, different kind of mosaics. You can see that every house is a little different. As you can see that these are maybe not the richest people in the world, but they try to show off to the best of their extent. The people here are dressed, if not super fancy, but well robed, well clothed, not tattered, very clean. But as you get closer to the wall that rises up about 80 feet above all the other buildings, you can see what almost appears to be like a black cloud just kind of seems to loom over this top area. And we're talking about over here in this area here, just so you guys get a reference. You guys continue heading westward. And you can see the closer you get to the wall, the raggier people's clothes get. The beggars start lining the streets. See a look upon the palace that rests against the side wall with the beautiful ever-flowing gardens in front of it. You're kind of basically following the low-class people in the direction that they're headed. Make your way into... You can see a sign, and you can tell that it wasn't put there by normal people. Like maybe like the high society, royalty, or it was a wooden sign, carved, very shabby, hung from a rope from the top of the wall itself. A very large sign that reads "The Den." As you look upon it, you see an armament of guards dressed in purple-like metals, with deep or bright white robes, large halberds at their sides, standing on attention of guards. You see about 8 of them begin to approach your gate. Approach the gate. Halt! What business do you have here?
I have a contract to do some music for a tavern. That is my business here.
Let me see.
And I hand him the note, or the contract.
Ah. Oswald, huh? That shithole of a place. Watch yourself down there. Far too pretty. You should look for new work. He kind of looks at Lyra as he's saying that.
Why, thank you.
What's your
Laughs it
charisma?
off.
Well, sorry to have to ask, but do you have any contraband that does not need to enter the den, as it is an unsafe place and we're trying to clean up the act around there? Any drugs? Any unnecessary weapons? Illegal documentation?
And I reply with, like Jedi Force is like, I have nothing.
Go ahead and make
There's no drugs here.
Go on and make either a persuasion roll or a deception roll. I'll let you have your choice. Are you persuading him or are you lying?
He's lying off his ass. He's got a bag in his pocket.
Straight up.
He's lying. See? Lying. Oh.
Alright, well, you guys look like you're off to do and have the right paperwork. I do say, welcome to the city of Ehrenwald. Welcome to the den. Watch yourselves in there. It is not pretty.
Thank you for the information.
Oswald's bar. It will be, go down 3 blocks, make a right, follow the blocks about another 6, and then it'll be on your left-hand side. You won't miss it. Got an ostentatious dwarven sign out front. 2 dwarven hammers with a dwarven-like face with missing teeth. Kind of funny, but I'd recommend getting there as quickly as possible and establishing your stuff.
Will do, sir. Have a good day.
Are they entering into this dark, like, gray area somewhere? Where are they at exactly?
Yeah.
You got. So you guys have entered the gate right there, and you guys are heading over in this area.
Okay, so should we make our way there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll make our way there and follow the instructions that the guards gave us.
To begin
Thanks, guys.
making your approach, begin to walk in that direction. You kind of, people are foul smelling, dirty. You're walking along.
Oh. Yes.
Freddy, as you were walking through the den, your home, your birthplace, you've grown up in these streets. These streets are the best thing that's ever happened to you. Made you tough, made you who you are. As you're kind of skulking with the boys, having a drink and a laugh, kind of watching for a quick purse to grab, Freddy. You see these two red-headed, elvish in features, wearing these ostentatious kind of clothing. These clothes are definitely not from the region that you're in. They're flowing. They almost seem to like dance as they walk. You see you see the male carrying a pretty well-crafted loot behind him. You see a gold purse, though. Kind of catches your eye. Kind of hangs loosely off to the side.
Shiny.
Freddy, as you're standing there with your boys, your friend, Derek, comes over to you. So, hey, you see them?
Yes.
Should we hit that? Looks like quick money.
Yeah.
So, I'll be the distraction. You be the fingers, all right? Take my lead. Once I have their attention, hit them.
We'll see.
So, Lyra and I keep fucking forgetting how to say your character name again. Damn it. Fatal, Zeroth. Or whatever you want to go Zerath, but it's Zeroth. Gotta remember that. Zeroth. As you guys begin to approach, this human, blonde, shaggy-like hair, kind of a longer goatee, got a slight scar on his left-hand eye, begins to walk to you. Hey, welcome to the den. You must be new here. How are you folks doing? You guys need yourself a guide? I got everything you need. Anything you're looking for, I got you. You looking for drugs? You're looking for a place to stay? You're looking for work? I've got everything you're gonna need. My name is Jarek, by the way. What's yours?
I'm Zero.
There.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
I'm Lyra. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Well, Lyra, hello there. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, as he kind of looks at that, and then looks at Zaroth as well. He's like, are you two lost by chance? You guys definitely don't seem to belong in this filth. You guys sure you're not supposed to be up in the upper districts?
Yeah, definitely not lost.
Well,
You have business here. We're going to perform for a tavern. And
what tavern are you performing for?
someone say. Let me just get my notes real quick. Let's see. Was it Gorman's Dive and Ales?
Gormans! That shithole! That nasty dwarf! How'd he talk you two pretty folks that walking up in there? Yeah, I can offer you something much better, something interesting. I have ways to make money that easily will double, maybe triple the take that you would have at such a lowly establishment. That's something that'd be interesting. Or I can just offer you my services for a nice flat fee of 5 silver. I can guide you anywhere, show you the sights, get you acquainted in this fabulous city of ours.
So let me get this straight. Both Lyra and Zereth are paying complete attention to this man in the street.
No.
Just wondering.
Stupid?
The guards warned us. The guards warned us that to be careful. So we're definitely paying attention to our surroundings.
So, Freddy, go ahead and make a stealth roll for me.
How do I do that?
Click the word stealth underneath the skill section next to your character stats. Alright. Go ahead, I
if
need-
that's good or not.
That's outstanding.
Zalyra and Zaroff, go ahead and make perception roll for me as you guys are paying attention around.
How did I roll a perception roll?
Like perception on the skill chart? It's right next. It's a big box that has a list of skills. It's just on the right hand side of where your stats are.
Yeah.
Inspiration, proficiency.
It's in alphabetical order. Wait, perception.
I gotta wait for my character sheet to load. I don't know why it's. Oh, there it is.
Isn't that like the
Frick
one
yeah.
about religion?
Well, I'm doing most of the talking, so she would do the roll because I'm distracted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Lyra. Go ahead and roll your perception.
I'll perception roll anyway.
Oh.
As you're trying to keep his best eye out, the streets are crowded. It's kind of a muck here. And you can easily, as you're taking a look around, there has to be 100 people for like every maybe 10 feet, it feels like. It's just beyond crowded. It's hard to walk through. This individual is being flashy and showy in front of you. You know, you kind of a little put back with the amount of population that can be such a small space.
Is Lyra like behind me? I would
She's
imagine she is,
maybe
right?
just right behind you? Maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just off to
right
the back a
behind
little
me.
bit. Yeah.
And which one of them has the coin purse?
The male-like elf friend seems to have one that's talking to your friend Jack.
What would I roll to attempt to steal?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
So just click on nothing like.
Hey.
Just click on it.
Just click on it. Yep. Go. So, I will give you advantage, Fatal, or sorry, Zara, on your perception roll as this human begins to walk by. Lyra, you don't even really see him as he begins to walk past. There's a cluster of people just all over the place.
Okay.
But because she's watching with you, but unfortunately, Freddy's, your fingers, you walk past, kind of looks like you're trying to mind your own business. Just like you're an everyday person. Fingers quickly go. Pouch full of coin.
Yeah, shit.
What would be a quarter of your money, Fatal? You as a bard wouldn't have had all your money in the one spot. You know better than that.
All my money that I have on me is a total of 24 gold.
So
8 of your gold is
8
their
of
little
your.
pouch.
So you mark down that you stole 8 gold from Zaroff.
They're off minus 8 gold from that 24.
Yep.
Put that on our miscellaneous notes.
You can either put it on miscellaneous notes or there's a gold tab.
Yeah, just add it to your gold pile.
Where's
How much would
that?
And be ready to do that often. You should be always looking to add to that gold pile. Your goal is to make that gold number grow as high as possible.
Well, friends, I see that you may not have much interest in my goods or deeds. So, I do thank you for at least entertaining the possibility of working or / hiring me for any particular things. But my name is Jarek. You can find me around the city. I'm everywhere. Just ask around, find your friends. If you have ever any questions, I'm your man. I can easily help you out.
Okay. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Where am I supposed to note this?
Yeah, you're supposed to write it down where your GP is and just add. Like,
I don't even see where that is.
Your
down-
GP should be under armor and equipment, like it's between armor and equipment.
Oh, GP?
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. And I still.
So you start by 8, but your buddy's going to want some of that.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
As you two begin to walk on, Lyra and Zaroff,
8 gold piece is a great little...
people, that's not the first people that stop you. But you finally begin to make your way towards the bar. We'll come back to you guys in just... Freddy, as you feel good, man. You've got that nice pouch of gold. Your friend Jarek walks up to you. How much did we get? They were easy, Mark. You were quick, man. I didn't even see you when you went in there. Lex, talking to you.
I'm thinking. Yes.
Gotta think hard.
He looks over at the thief and doesn't say anything for a second. The other thief gets a little suspicious.
Oh, come on. How much we get? Come on.
8 pieces.
Oh, you tell the truth.
Oh, I would have lied.
Hey,
Oh, I
it's
would have
so
lied.
hard.
I got 6 gold. Here's your 3.
All right, well, here, let me see the patch. Yeah, 4 for you and 4 for me. Keep your eye out for more marks, man. We should definitely have drinks tonight. On you, right?
You wish.
Ha. Yeah, there's the Freddy I know, the Cess. But keep an eye out. Maybe we might see another mark. But as you go upon your day, and you guys tried the same maneuver a couple other times and fail, about midway into the afternoon, you two have to begin to run as one of the Crown's Guard begin to get suspicious of you and start walking over towards you guys. Derek goes, fuck, I think we've been made, man. We should go. Let's go.
I start running.
Okay? Go ahead and make a stealth roll for me. Again.
Click.
Ooh,
Nice.
Later.
As you guys both see that, you both take off running. No, down an alley, up the ladder of this house, jump onto this building, jump over to the next building, jump down that alley. After about 2 minutes of it running quickly, that guard, there's no way that fat ass guard is gonna ever catch you. You're Freddy. You've made a name for yourself on the streets. Only ever been caught once, and they couldn't hold you. But we will come back. So, the road is hard for you all to. You've never traveled on normal roads. The place where you grew up, far in the mountain, with a clan that raised you, even though it never felt like home, never felt like family with you. You've always known something was up. One day, but maybe just a couple months ago, you stumbled across a piece of information that you were taken when you were very young. You don't have much memory of that. Been around this, folks, for a long time. Meeting your master, training in the ways you've been taught so far, but an urge, a driving passion to find out who you really are, find your real folks, led you on the road. As you have been traveling now for a good week, you've come across, asking around if you started by asking, have you seen anybody like me? Scaring the crap out of most townfolk, as Dragonborn are not normally seen very often. You almost seem like a monster. You actually get chased out of town a couple times, out of a couple smaller towns. But you've just kind of been wandering aimlessly until one day, a young lady that you met on the road. Her name is Brian. Brienne. I can't speak.
Brienne?
Yeah. You met her. She was just a local farm girl. Nothing really stood out about her. She had auburn hair, was an average-looking young lady. And she befriended you and offered you food one day when you were struggling. And she was the first person that was relatively kind, almost right off the bat. She gave you clothes, or gave you food, gave you shelter for the winter as it hit. You stayed with Brienne for quite some time, probably a good 2 months as the heavy snows piled on onto the low passes that you have been traveling. A friend of hers had stopped by and during one of the snowstorms, and had talked about that you're not the first white dragonborn that he's ever seen. That the last place he saw one was in a city called Erewhon. which immediately piqued your interest, making you want to immediately get up and go. Drive as you go. And after a brief conversation, and after the snowstorm passed, you made your way along the way. Begin to approach the city of Ehrenwald. You can see these immense walls that rise 80 feet in the air. Blackish-like stone that align the city, set across this small river, or actually fairly large river that leads out into the ocean. You too immediately hit the smell as you pass by caravans of people. The smell of human trash. It just does not. You're just like, how do fucking people live like this? They have no fucking respect. But as you begin to approach the gate, the roads are busier than normal. There's almost, it seems like a small traffic jam leading to the gate of 150 wagons and folk, groups of people standing there waiting to get into the city.
Where's he at? Right here?
So right down there.
Oh, okay.
Whoever pinged that was...
That was me.
Okay.
Trying to pay attention.
As you begin to approach the gate, or approach the crowd of people, is there anything that you would like to do?
I asked the locals what's going on. What's the holdup?
Does he walk over to this kind of frail old man? Kind of, you can tell that his robe that his poncho that he was wearing at one point might have been worth, a pretty penny, but worn over time, and maybe his same jacket he's worn forever. Begin to approach. Whoa! Hey, I don't want any trouble. What do you want?
First of all, tell him to calm down and ask him why is everyone stopped? What's going on?
It's Remembrance Day. How do you not know about Remembrance Day?
I'm new around here. Just arrived.
Remembrance Day is known for everywhere. You must be a little slow. I understand. Well, there's a grand festival to remind us of the heroes of the past. It's set upon every year on the 3rd month, the 15th day of that month. It is a fine time for you to come into the city, as you'll see spectacles and behold, honor the traditions, get to know the people, though. But watch yourself. Even I can see that maybe your skin might be worth something.
What do you mean my skin might be worth something?
Well, I didn't mean to insult you, young dragon. See, your kin, there's always a bounty out for them. But maybe the larger ones, maybe not the small one like you. Even though you're kind of big. But, the actual dragons, their skins are worth very, good money here.
I asked him if he's seen any other dragons recently.
Like you? I haven't seen a dragonborn in at least 5 years.
I asked him more about Remembrance Day and why it's
So ask him. Don't tell me you're asking. Ask him.
okay. Why do the people here celebrate Remembrance Day and why is it such a big event?
Remembrance Day is why this city exists. This is a little 1,000 so years ago. I'm not totally fond of history. But when the gods and the mortal races set upon each other, this was the battlefield that took place. 42 heroes pushed back the gods, locked them behind the divine gate. Most of them belong. Yes, there's still gods out there run around on the normal planes, but the one gods that needed to be locked and powers controlled no longer gain influence upon them. And we have them to thank. If it wasn't for them, those betrayer gods would have killed us all. So, us folk here in Ehrenwald, in the countryside, gather once a year to honor those 42 heroes. Rumor has it, though, At some point, one of the heroes will choose somebody and bless them with, I don't know all the details. I just know that these heroes are supposed to choose somebody. So every year we all gather like it's some kind of sword in the stone kind of thing to become king, but as heroes. And if you are chosen, and there's only been 4 chosen since, at least that we are aware of. But we are hoping today might be another. Exciting, isn't it?
Very. Where does this event, the choosing, where does it take place?
Well, if you find yourself to the temples, you'll see a large park. You'll see large statues stretched across the park. Those aren't just statues, but remnants of the battles past. Some heroes turned to stone, some of the monsters as well. Don't be terrified. I know it seems eerie, but a wonderful learning. Make your way over toward the gardens. Sunset. Festival shall begin.
I start attempting to enter the town.
Okay, well, you're stuck in line.
Yeah.
So,
Lovely. Yikes.
and we'll come back to you on that.
Should we get Demon in? I believe he's here now.
He's here now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Demon!
Where? I don't see him.
Good job.
Going to camera
He
thing.
needs to turn. He needs to come in Discord. Of course, he. Oh, doesn't matter. Where did Pops go? I was gonna go to him next. Fucking crap.
I just fuck with you. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm right fucking here.
Just wait like 3 minutes.
Oh, Demon's now in chat. There's.
Hello?
You're late. You're fired.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Oh, that's a good first impression.
Well, you missed out on much information, so sucks for you.
Yeah, they were gonna start this way.
While you get everything situated and pulled up, I will go to Pops. As soon as his ass gets back from pissing.
So far, I've stolen money already.
Little shit.
Back soon.
Fuck you.
Nice! I fucking love it!
Is this the park area?
Say that one more time?
Is this the park area he was talking about?
Yeah.
I would hope so. Only place to look at.
It's Central Park of the city.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like the main
Have some
town
good picking
square.
there too.
Alright. We're standing in the woods. Cold as the winter is.
I'm not cold. I'm
Relative. As you are getting to walk the forest, been kind of recently excurting.
not with it. Walking.
As you are walking through the forest, it's been a nice day though. Low winds,
Glory.
Joseph floating high in the sky above. He looks like he might be hunting. But you take another step. What's that smell?
Completely still.
Who fought?
Kind of scurry through the woods, making a lot of noise as I crawl up next to it, knocking down a branch. Acorns fall down around me. I look for the noise. What direction is it?
It's coming from the southern direction. You're in the kind of the northern reaches of the forest between the Elvins and the human society. It's kind of where you've been generally hanging out the last year or so.
Okay.
Grown accustomed to the animals here and grown some new friends. But as you begin to approach the smell of death that fills your nose.
Smell death?
Smell death. Take a look just over the ridgeline as you slowly begin to creep, like
I'm
almost
hiding.
army crawl, kind of
Hiding
begin to
was it?
look. You see a wagon, about 14 men.
I look around. Do I see any animals, birds?
You see 40 deer carcasses just stretched back behind the actual wagon. You can see they're beginning to gather up their
How many humans?
14,
How many carcasses?
40.
Yeah, I observe for a minute. I'm going to use perception. What are they doing exactly with?
They're beginning to be, a couple of them are beginning to rip the antlers off, and not like the best way. They're just kind of yanking them. They're not respecting the actual carcass of the animal.
All right.
They're beginning to cut the fur off and leave the meat lay there on the ground.
Okay, so my intent is to kill. So I start off by, I stealth around. I'm really going to watch them probably for the next 6, 7, 8 hours, watching their habits, their progressions, how they mingle amongst themselves, how they move. I'm gonna keep a distance where I can stay
Make a
kind of
perception
within the trees, but I want to be able to, I'm gonna kind of put an idea together of. I'm moving around. I'm still kind of nervous.
Yeah.
As I move around, I don't notice a lot, but I'm still trying to.
You're trying to keep as quiet as possible. They're not giving two shits about what's going on around them. You can immediately tell that they're here for the job. Is one of the voices of the large, bald human male. This guy easily 300 pounds, wearing some ostentatious clothing, big furly scarf that kind of busted up next to him.
What animal have I seen the most of recently?
Go ahead and roll a nature roll for me, Will. So, that is the entire herd of deer that has been recently around your area.
They wiped out the whole herd.
Whole herd of deer.
Okay.
You've known some of those deer for a while. You've spent time with them. You were starting to earn their trust. Deer are a finicky creature. So.
Oh yeah, I'm extremely upset right now. I'm emotional.
But as the large man walks up, hurry up with that! We have to get back before the next storm hits.
I make mental note of them. I'm gonna make a solid perception of looking at that man right there.
I would like to make it back to Aaronwald before the Remembrance Day. If you can, please. I don't care about the meat. Just grab the furs, cut off the tongues, give me a couple of the hearts, give me all the antlers. You know the drill. Basic stuff. Leave the carcasses, though. We don't care.
In the next 8 hours, do I isolate any one individual as I'm walking around and I find them completely alone where there's nobody around?
Make an investigation roll. Yeah, they seem to be feverishly working as this large man seems to be basically whipping these boys. Not like slavery whipping, but, making sure that they work hard. And they butcher these carcasses. It's not even clean. It's not pretty. The blood's just everywhere. It's just a trace of sight.
So, at any time while they're butchering, do I feel that I could cast a small cantrip and not be noticed?
With the one sentry that's sitting on top of the wagon with the large longbow, that he's kind of just standing up there?
No, I'm going outside, where the guys that are butchering, because...
Well, here's the wagon.
Okay.
Okay, so picture that there's the large wagon here, and then just a procession of just deer carcasses laid behind
the
them.
very outskirt guy, like last 2 or 3 guys. I'm gonna get... I'm gonna try my damnedest to, stay, hidden 30 feet away.
I roll 20 right down up here. I'm not getting any of your.
When he cuts into the deer on his next blow,
you're whispering to me. I don't know why you're whispering to me, but you're whispering to me so nobody can see your rolls or anything. No.
That's pretty. I'm setting.
How do you even whisper?
Slash W normally, but currently I must have something.
Just type real quick. Just type. There. Now try it. Now try to roll.
Okay.
Actually, I know why. Hold up. On the top of your character sheet, it says GM.
Yeah.
Click all.
So, oh, that's neat. And cast spells and only you can see. So, again, like I said, as I cast this particular spell, I want to get where I'm like 30 feet away. I'm going to try to stealth the best I possibly can. And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy. And when he cuts in to that deer on the very next blow, the deer speaks to him.
Oh, fuck with his head. That's beautiful.
I am your mother.
What? The guy jumps back. What? You hear that? Of course I did, you fool. Kill it! This guy pulls out his dagger and just stabs it right in the head.
I move away around the counter. I go to another guard that I find where I can get 30 feet in. I see him cut into a thing. I am your mother.
Lord Bran? Lord Bran, the deer are talking. What do you mean the deer are talking?
I move my way all the way around the encampment to the far end, to the last guy that's barely out of the range of hearing all those guys. I am your mother.
Ah! I got one talking over here too! Look around, men! There must be an explanation for this. Sir, I've heard these forests are haunted. Maybe the spirits are trying to warn us of something. Their superstitions are retarded.
I go out about 90 feet. And then I'm going to move in 30-minute increments. And each time I move in, I'm going to move in all the way up to 30 feet of the camp, staying as stealth as I can. I'll make all the trees and brushes and everything like just rustle all around them.
My lord, I think we got what we have. We should leave. Sure, we got everything. Yeah. Please, sir. If there are spirits there in the woods, which I'd rather not be their lunch. All right, load the wagons. Let's go. As they begin loading the wagons with almost like nothing, just hide and.
I create a 20-foot cloud fog that just seems like just lowers out of the sky onto the entire wagon area. Fog just encrypts the entire area in a 20-foot radius all around all the wagons where they're starting to drag the deer.
One
it
lost
just
wagon
sifts down. I mean, just comes eerily, slowly, just creeps and just kind of spreads out and stuff like that. Shortly thereafter, another Thaumaturgy, kind of a evil whispering wind sound occurs throughout the air.
Hey, Lord, get the horses ready. We're kind of getting an uneasy feeling about this. Let's go, men. On to Ironwald.
Suddenly, just occurring all over, fleas just start to encompass the entire area. I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to make them, like move away from me. I'm just like dropping a infestation in that area of the fog. That 20-foot area.
Making the noise.
There's it's just an annoyance, just all over. They're like all the where the carcasses that they had built up. The fleas are just coming out of that. Just like it seems like it's crazy. And then of course I do a little thermology on top of that with the sound of massive amounts of bugs just crawling as these fleas are just flickering out as this infestation is coming out from the pile of
as
the
one of the
deer that they
younger
have
men
right there.
see the fleas begin to rise from the carcass. Ah! He screams out.
Paranormal activity shit.
Batting off some of the fleas that kind of jumped on him as he begins to walk off. Let's go! Let's get out of here! As the wagon begins to take off in the direction. He whips the horses pretty hard. Wagon begins to make heavy pace.
Feeling somewhat satisfied, I trail because they are going to have a really rough night.
Okay.
Is this in the same area I was?
No.
Now, is it a full? How far away from that big city? That I know it's out there. I've never been to it. I know where it's at though.
About
Seen it from
60
a
miles
distance.
out.
So they're going to have to camp before they get there. Is it in my mind?
Possibly, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to trail them. I'm hoping that as we go along throughout the time, if there's anything I can see that I can do to cause an interruption, to slow them down, you know, like I might try to get in front of them, and I'm going to. As a matter of fact, I do that. I believe I can travel faster than a wagon can, so I dash way ahead of them. And I approach me the biggest animal. I find the biggest animal I can find. Bear, wolf, the biggest thing I can find.
Make a nature roll?
Okay. Now keep in mind, I've been in this woods. I know a lot of the animals around here. So hopefully there's a big animal that I know nearby. Oh, damn it. Okay.
Animals, with the smell of the carcasses, the loud noise of the humans, and generally gave them a wide berth. Creatures kind of know that humans hunt.
So, they're on a road, correct? Okay, so I am going to, in the road, I'm going to drag a bunch of vines up in front. So I'm going to take a bunch of vines and stuff like that, and I'm going to set that. My goal is to capture the horses dragging the wagon.
Okay.
Okay. So when they approach, so I take a minute or so. Obviously, it takes a full minute to cast this spell. So I get it all set up, and I get the snare set up, intent on capturing the horses. Just before they get there, knowing how long, in this area, I'm gonna cast Thermagy, and I'm gonna make like the trees kind of bristle. So after I'm done with my snare, I'm gonna move up towards them, and as they moving forward, the trees are bristling in front of them. So I'm staying in front of that, casting it, and I'm just kind of trying to move in front of them. All I'm doing is making the trees move and making everything seem unnatural.
Making everybody super alert.
Super paranoid is my goal. That's okay. Alert's fine with me. Super alert, my mind's paranoid. I mean, this could take a minute if you wish to move on.
We'll say for sakes of brevity.
Okay.
That over the next 2.5 days of their travel, you've made their life miserable. They've had to free the horse. They've had to free a couple of their compatriots.
Sleeping wasn't pleasant.
You do find a parcel, a piece of paper, with the markings of Brand's fine furs and goods.
I put that away.
City of Aramon.
I stash it in handmade pouch.
But as you trail them,
yeah, they don't sleep, so they're at this current
Exhausted.
moment in time. They're sleep deprived. I've caught some sleep here and there, regained my spells. I mean, I've done entangle, fog cloud. Their life has been miserable for the last 2 days. They haven't slept.
as they get closer to the city, as the large walls loom over above, these people are worn down, beat up. Some of them have collapsed. Some of them have been injured. You've caused them a living hell. As you begin to approach the gate, you also see the large traffic. Amount of gates or people following. As you stick towards the farmlands as much as possible, sticking in the cornfields and stuff like that, intent on torturing these poor fucks, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I now at this point in time, I'm going to narrow my torture to the captain.
To Brian?
Brian. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've heard his name a few times, right?
Yeah.
And was I able to read for the most part, it was like an order list so
It was more of an advertisement piece of paper
it was like an advertisement for his shop.
for his shop.
Got it.
Got his face all over the front.
I'm just that better. I'm going to memorize him the best I possibly can. I mean, it's best I can. I want to memorize, and then of course I trail them. I'm gonna trail them all the way in. I might be a little bit behind them when I get through the thing. I will see how that goes. As I approach the gate, I toughen up my stuff and pull up my cowl and pull out my staff and act a little bit more gimper.
As you begin to walk up and approach, you see a mixture of different races: humans, dwarves, elves, the common folks that you've seen.
All natural lower folk got it.
Except for this one giant white dragonborn, maybe 35 feet in front of you.
Okay. Dragonborn.
He sticks out like a sore thumb.
Have I ever seen a dragonborn?
No, never.
I moved closer to him.
The closest that you've ever seen to a dragon would be in a wormling.
All right. Well, I moved my way closer to the dragonborn. My kind of intent is, I got to get through this gate because I'm following the wagon guys up ahead of me. He's probably a little bit behind them. I'm gonna kind of go with him. I'm gonna be with him. He doesn't know it yet, but yeah, I'm gonna be So I slither up behind him. He might not know I'm there. He might know I'm there. I mean, I'm just covered in all my things. I've got my staff out, my cowl
right.
forward.
Nusk.
Even with a stick.
Demon, are you there? Demon, are you there?
Well, he's in the roll 20.
Right.
Well, one step closer. So let's go back to Lyra and Earth.
Okay. So, Lyra and Zereth, as you begin to approach, you see this. It's not hard to find as you make your way through the crowds. You hear, the talks throughout the city folk as you're beginning to walk around about the special day that occurs on this day of Remembrance. You can see, even though the places where these people are living, if living here, you could tell that you two are going to be miserable. Like, it's just not to your standards, growing up in the city of Tyr.
City of Tyr is like a beautiful, gorgeous city. It's like Las Vegas in the desert, because it's in the desert. It's bright and beautiful and well taken care of, but it's pretty easy to get around. The streets are named or laid out, in a systematic order for the most part. As you guys begin to approach this large 3-story like building, open barn doors, wide open towards the front, you can see the ostentatious sign of Oswald's face on the front of it, with his missing teeth, with his 2 hammers that are crossed. You hear loud voices from inside. Zarth immediately catches the attention of the crappiest music you've ever heard playing in your life, emanating from inside.
Where's this on the map?
I'll have a more zoomed in one for you guys here soon, but it's right here.
Okay.
Hold on a second, there's an alarm going off in the living room.
Yo, you're getting broken into.
Fire!
So what? Alright. So all that distraction. Alright. So what do I see?
You guys want to go inside, or do you just want to describe the house?
I want to look at the house before.
As you look at the house, it's a 3-story building with large glass window panels that align the entire first floor, kind of give a sense of light for the interior. It's not clear glass; it's like that crystal glass, so like it emanates light, but you can't really see inside too well. I mean, you can see light coming through the other way. You see a mixture of folk hanging out outside, having a drink. Between the talks of hearing Remember say, you're gonna get an understanding why this place is so busy as well. It may not be always this busy, but because of the special holiday that these commoners thing. The top part of the building is all made of thatched style roofing with the white cross beams across the top. It's got kind of dwarven writing. It's not really anything real fancy, but it was more for decoration, but it's faded over the years. So it's kind of gone to that gold to like almost like brass kind of look. The faded gold. But as you guys begin to approach, the actual inn itself. You guys take your first glance inside. You can see a large, almost appears like a dance floor in the middle, but it's tables all filled along. It's set into the floor about 3 feet. There's a small step that goes into it. On the sides, there's kind of like a high-rise, like where tables are set up as well. There's the bars that stretch across as the back. There's 2 balconies, one off to the left, one off to the top, and however above. You can see the stairwells in the back that kind of allow you to be able to walk up there. You see a small stage in the corner with a young man, couldn't it be more than like 14, 15 years old, butchering his poor harp. It's not jovial. It doesn't go with the atmosphere. But the place is crowded, and there's a good 30, 35 people in here. Almost all of the tables are set. You see a female-like dwarf manning the bar itself. You see 2 other serving women. One of them's very, very pretty. The other one's kind of average-looking. The pretty one has got blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing this like teal-like dress. Very, very flashy with her cleavage. Get a sense that she probably knows what she's doing. The other one is more commonly dressed. But as you see them kind of running around with their chicken like their heads cut off as they're serving drinks and sloshing plates down and yelling out, "What do you want? Gotcha! And Mom, we need more!" And then just screaming out. But what do you guys want to do? Enter the bar itself.
I want to pay any attention to the bard, well, the so-called wannabe bard, playing the instruments. I want to kind of look around as well and see if anyone's like playing any games, maybe poker.
There's a couple of card games going. There's a dice game going off in the corner, led by a half-orc individual, kind of a big dude. He's got this kind of like brownish green skin with a very prominent black mohawk that stretches not just on his head, but it goes all the way down his back.
Oh, he looks like fun.
That sounds like fun.
I approach this half-orc and I introduce myself and I say, "I noticed that you were playing cards."
Well, we're playing dice, but yeah, I can understand you elves don't understand the common things.
Alright, okay. Would you be interested in a wager or a bet?
Ah, you want to play, I see. Make way, friends. We've got a new player, a new roller. Well, have you ever rolled before?
No.
This is Brim's Dice. It's a simple game. I roll 3 dice, you roll 3 dice. Whoever's got the highest wins. Now, there's a way to ante up, though. You can re-up the bet and trade out one of the dice if you would like to re-roll. But, you interested? The buy-in is 5 silver.
Okay, I draw.
Now notice that you're missing 8 gold.
Did you restock your gold pouch?
It's gone. Damn it!
The sense of shock, and then from shock to sadness, and then sadness to then angry. I look around, I try and figure out if it was recent, but I can't determine anything. And knowing that I've lost 8 gold, or roughly 8 gold, I drop down 1 gold, and I put that as my buy-in.
Oh, big spender. 1 gold. I wouldn't go
flashy elves
I wouldn't go flashing your money around these parts like that too often, but I'm one of the few who can match your wager. Gotcha, 1 gold. All right. So, since this is your first time playing, I will allow you to go ahead and roll first.
So, can I do a sleight of hand and check?
So it's you. Does your character have dice on you?
No. I've got playing cards.
Well, it's a dice game, not a card game. So go ahead and roll 3d6.
3d6. Hold up.
666.
Oh, damn.
Satan.
I wouldn't roll that if I were you. You're liable to lose all your money right about now. Look, Easter.
Ah, 2 3s, 2 3s. Great hand, great roll. Ah, well, I think I can one up you there.
Wasn't expecting you to play dice yet, but cool.
Ah, but look at there. I've got the better I got the better roll. You only have a measly pair, as I've got high dice. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna raise your 1 gold. And I'm gonna take it to 2. What do you say about that, pretty elf?
I'll raise him.
Now you're gonna raise my 2 gold.
Man.
What's your weight? You're my
I'm gonna
mighty
put
confidential.
Another extra gold. So the total pot before.
Ah. Alright. So, I've got a 6 and a 5. You've got a pair of 3s. Go ahead and roll 1d6. Change out one of your dice.
Better roll a 3. Otherwise...
That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Oh, look it! A 6! This is nice on the dice. As you first saw it, was a 1. But as you take a second look back, it's actually another 6. He's got pair of 6s. Ah! Pair of 6s beats your pairs of 3s, elf. Ah, thank you for the free money. Anytime you'd like to play again.
Can I do a
Insight roll?
check on that? Yeah.
Insight, perception,
That's-
anything along those lines. Lyra should be rolling perception. Hey, I saw that.
Oh man, my wisdom sucks.
I've got higher wisdom than you. I think.
You have advantage set on. Make sure you take that off, Phantom. But it's fine. It's fine.
Alright.
It's fine. But
Do it again.
no, you're
No.
fine.
Alright.
So go ahead and roll an insight roll there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yikes!
Yeah, you are.
Oblivious.
Lyra, you're caught off with the tension of. There's these 4 men that are staring at you intently at the far table in the corner,
Jesus.
and
They hot. They look like firemen.
One of the young men that are dressed with them is wearing an all black with a gold laced robe to a black slick back hair. Half elf as well, very handsome. He's been eyeing you. He's blowing you kisses, kind of ushering you to come closer to him. But
I'd ignore him and go and talk to the lady who's manning the bar.
okay,
That's what I do.
we'll get right back to that in just a second. So, as you rolled your insight roll there, Zeroth, you take a look. You get a sense that things aren't quite on the level. You didn't quite see what he did to change his dice. You don't know if he has loaded dice or what, but there is definitely something off-putting about what just happened.
So I grab the dice and I rub it where the numbers are to see if.
Ah, no touching the dice, elf. Those are against the rules. Those are my dice. I'll cut off a finger if you try to touch my dice again. I'm just playing, elf. But no, I'm serious. Don't touch my dice.
Yeah, I accuse you of cheating.
Ah!
And I said,
What proof do you have, elf?
Was like, well, I saw something happen and that you rolled a 1, but then it somehow became a 6.
Well, maybe your elven eyes aren't as keen as you thought. Maybe you have more of your dirty mother's eyes than your father's, huh?
Shots fired.
You gonna take that?
I slowly pull my weapon out under the table and put it between his legs, right where his dick is, and I go, "Say that again, motherfucker."
Oh.
Go ahead and just roll your weapon to hit. You should see your weapons on your sheet there. Just click it. We're not actually doing the damage part. I just want to look for the d20 part on it.
In other words, he put that right next to his head.
Because you,
That would be the head between his balls.
with the quick of the flick of your wrist, you, and then your Kopesh is bouncing his nutsack on the end of your blade.
Ow.
Hey! There's no need for that. It's just a little money, Elf. You're the one that wagered it. You should have been able to caught any kind of scheme beforehand. That's not my fault you're new here. Lesson learned, take it as is. But I wouldn't spill blood here. The Crown's Guard are not as friendly as I am, and not as forgiving, if you may get my drift. Plus, I know some people. If I go missing, or if I come out harmed, watch your back, Elf.
Good job establishing enemies right away.
I drop his dipper, really.
Oh god.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your hit to hit again. This time you're actually going in to try to strike.
Yikes.
Yeah. I'm gonna just like stab it, you know?
Oh. Ow. That's not very nice. Watch him roll with match one.
I'm waiting for it.
Whew. Still, right there.
As you go, you don't quite hit the deck like you're in before, okay? You do graze his thigh, and what causes him to jump back. Ah! As you stab him, he immediately goes to take a swing. But as his fist cocks back, a dwarven arm grabs him from behind quickly. As you see your friend standing there, Oswald.
Hey! None of that in my bar. I've warned you once, Tarok. I've warned you once. This is your last chance. Go, get, before I break your arm, and you know I will. Ask your brother. Last time he came in here, I took a finger. Oswald, he accused me of cheating. We all know that you cheat, you foul orc. You're lucky I allow you to my establishment. Don't make me get my wife.
I want the full gold, all of it.
Get her all back.
Back, yeah.
This elf is underneath my employ. And if he says you'll cheat, it means I say you cheat. Give him his money back. You know what? You lost the pot. Give him all the money.
Nice!
As he drops the coins on the floor.
Yes, Oswald, I'm sorry. Please, I didn't mean it. I mean, I don't care what you say, or you know I don't like you or your family. Now, please, this is the last time I ask. Get lost. All right, Oswald. I'm sorry.
I pick up the gold coins and I put it in a hidden pocket.
Good. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Hidden pocket.
No
Hidden
problem.
pocket.
Yeah, you right into your sleeves it went. Didn't look like it never went into your hand. So, Lyra, as you're standing in the bar itself, you're eyeing that individual, and he obviously, I'm assuming he creeps you out a little bit. As you walk over towards the bar with the female-like dwarf arming it, she's got long white braided hair with flecks of black into it. She's got two dwarven-like hair. I'm not a female, so don't add hair to my little things, but the hair barrette things.
Hair combs.
Hair, hanging off the side. She has a semblance of a thin beard. Oh shit! Hold on, I need a drink.
Yikes.
Ah. Yeah, the semblance of a thin beard. She's got two color eyes, one blue and one green. She's wearing a fiery red shirt, bright and sticking out. She's got a black apron on with the bar symbol on it. You walk over. Ah, how you doing, lass? You're a pretty thing now. What can I get for you?
I'd like a drink.
Ah!
Ale.
Ah, ale! A woman after my own heart. I definitely can handle that. Now, do you want the dwarven ale or do you want the human piss water?
It's both piss water.
Oh, that sucks.
The price difference is 3 copper or 10 copper.
Pay 10 copper.
Ah, the fine stuff. Home brewed by my husband over there. As you point out and you see the male dwarf who's got the orc in kind of like a half headlock, standing in front of Zaroff. Them screaming at each other, but she pours out just a wooden cup, pours in a drink. So, what brings it to the fine establishment here in the den of Oz in Arnwald?
I'm accompanying my brother. He has been hired by your husband.
Ah! Do you work with your brother? I'm guessing, are you the musician or is he?
He's the musician.
Ah, so you must be the dancer then.
Ah.
Huh?
Potentially.
Ah, you're a pretty thing. You could make a fine coin if you decided to put on a
For the
show.
right price. For the right price, perhaps.
Well, as my husband has probably been a little brutish and has probably set you quite up yet. You guys' rooms are going to be towards the back, through the kitchen. There's a couple of side rooms we allow our resident musicians stay. Feel free to play your stuff down there and get accompanied and get close to home, huh?
Thank you for your hospitality.
Ah, thank you. And what was your name again, Tara?
Lyra.
I'm Tanya. She puts her hand out and short, stubby, dwarven-like fingers.
Thank you.
I want to see if there's any shady individuals.
Oh, there's shady individuals everywhere. There's like 35 people in here. 30 of them are shady.
You're in a shady bar.
I want to see if anyone's dealing with contraband.
Openly, like, as you look around, everybody seems to be on the level. I mean, having a drink, playing cards. I mean,
Yes, sorry, there's nobody with "I'm a contraband dealer"
I don't have
plaque over their head.
yeah.
I go up to the bar and I want to go buy some ale.
Same.
Ah, you must be the musician that Miss Lyra here has been going on and on about.
Yes, that I am.
I'm Tanya.
Nice to meet you, Tanya. I'm Zeroth.
Ah. So, give Lyra a drink. What do you have? Anything special? You hungry? Have they fed you yet?
I would actually like to eat as well, yes.
You too, Lyra?
Either of us.
Ah.
Yes, thank you.
I'll make up a couple sandwiches. Allie! Couple pork sandwiches, please. Yes, okay. Yes, Tanya?
How much would that be?
Ah, is it your first night here and you haven't earned any money yet? I'll feed you. You become part of the family. I take care of my own.
How come?
I give her some money anyway, and I put down like 12 copper.
Ah. Isn't that sweet? I definitely appreciate the canter. Well, like I told your sister, we have rooms made up for you towards the back here. We'll kick Thomas out of the other room here shortly. As you can tell, he is not the best of the musicians. But we were desperate.
Where would he be sleeping if you kick him out?
Oh, nah. We're going to kick him out of the musician's room. It'll be your room.
Can I interject?
What?
He's a bard. That other bard sucks. Go challenge his ass. Kick his ass. You'll kick him out.
What if I don't want him?
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm done. I interjected.
No.
I don't want to make someone homeless.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Ah, Clara, don't worry. He
We're
won't
not
be.
complete assholes.
We'll give him a place to stay. Thomas has been around for a long time. He was just feeling a position, but he'll just go back to his old room. Don't worry. We're not cruel people here. No matter what these assholes, as she points out to the couple of members of the people at the bar, tell you. We've kind-hearted dwarves, even to the elves like yourselves. We're not raceless like our brethren.
So this young person, his name's Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas, he's been a good lad. We've been raising him since he was about 8. His parents went missing one day, and we felt sorry for the lad. And he tries his heart out. Most of the time, he just does dishes and cleans up the floor and vomits and stuff. But we tried to give him a bigger shot, and my husband went and found you.
I walk up to Thomas and I introduce myself.
Hello. He's plucking along, and he's not hitting any note. It's just terrible.
I give him a few pointers, just, casually kind of, give him a few pointers in regards to playing.
Oh, thank goodness. You're the new musician? I should have never volunteered for this. You see, my cup is empty. It sucks. I made more money just cleaning up the vomit.
Jesus.
And I say, yes, I'm the new musician, and that
Well, these men have been drinking for a while. You mind putting on a little taste of what you can do?
Sure. I get on. He's like on a stage or something.
Yep, it's just a tiny little, like, it raises off the ground 1 foot. It's just a little thing. Nothing extravagant.
So I get on the stage and I get my lute out, and I will do a performance.
Well, go ahead and click a performance roll for me. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You thought,
As you're
do
sitting
you
there
have
beginning,
luck?
No.
As you're sitting there beginning to play, and it's a fine little melody for the first, like, 8 notes. And then twang!
I think it broke.
That middle string just pops, snaps right in the middle.
You know what? Honestly, it's better to roll a 1 right here than it is to roll a 2 or a 3. Because at least with the 1, your shit breaks and you have an excuse. That you sucked! Oh.
So I put away my instrument and I replace it with the flute. And I kind of just shrug it off.
Oh, come on, put on us a show. That song sucked. We'd rather have the kid.
Oh,
And
now
I
play this
a
flute like
tune
nobody's business.
instead. Can I do that?
Yeah, I'll allow you one more time. If not, you're getting booed.
Thank fucking God it was a good song.
Little nerves kicked in there for just a moment as you were kind of slightly embarrassed. Cheeks kind of turned a little red, kind of match your fiery red hair. But you pull the lute out and you place it to your lips. You play a jauntily fun little bar tune that you know, getting people dancing as people start clapping and dancing around. You definitely have lightened the atmosphere.
Much better.
So, as those who are standing at the gate, you guys are about 10 people away from the front gate as you're standing behind the dragon. Kung, if you would like to attempt to see him, go ahead and roll a perception roll. If not, don't worry about it. Why are you hiding, you jerk?
Oh, did anyone see me with the lighter?
Yeah, I did. I see.
Yeah, as you're just taking, with your keen like eyes, you've been trained for the last year or so with your master. You can go into that in your own backstory later. But you look behind you, you see a bunch of humans. But maybe not even 5 feet behind you, there's this hunched over guy with a staff. But as you get a closer look at his feet, there are no feet. They're hooves. You see his hands. They're green, almost moss-like in color.
But what you see is a small, light green skinned tiefling. Silver hair braided long down his back, faint silver eyes, very slight in stature. He currently is wearing a huge mound of fur cloths that's covering his padded armor that's studded with bits of bark and handmade. He's got a handmade wicker pouch on his side. He's got a polished oak staff in his arm, a cowl pulled over his head. A very cold, dark, mysterious aura surrounds his presence. Walking up within like 2 feet of directly behind you, kind of following you into the gates.
So as you stare up, Kung, go ahead and describe yourself.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just get it out. Okay. A large, intimidating structure with white hair. His stature is among the biggest of most creature. His deep blue eyes pierce the souls of those who gaze into them. 2 horns curve from the... Sorry. 2 horns curve from the front of his head to the top half of his octuple bone. A wide snout protrudes his face with many jagged teeth lining the rim, and the tail he bears drapes from his lower back and is long enough to wrap around his legs. Icy blue scales coat the dragon's white skin from his legs to hips, around his backs, triceps, and to the top of his head, leaving his chest in front of his face white like the glaciers. He wears black monk robes that cover his entire lower half and stretch like a satchel along his torso from left shoulder to right hip, which is indirectly used to cover a scar that follows the same path. He wears black hand wraps that tightly cover his knuckles and palms and wears no footwear. That's...
He towers above you. You're what, 7 feet something?
Yeah, like 6'8".
Yeah.
I won.
Yeah, towers above.
Again, and I'm just kind of standing there looking up at you, deeply staring into your ice cold blue eyes, transfixed. Almost, it's you. When you look down upon me, you look like I'm looking up at you in awe and admiration. And
Wants to rape you.
oh my God, you are a beautiful specimen of nature. You gorgeous hunk of dragon flesh.
Ow, this way triple X.
No shit.
What do you do?
And who are you?
I am Root, and I admire your sheer presence, you god of nature. And I kind of like, not necessarily bow, but humble before you.
Keep this PG.
And you are?
I'm Alden. I pat him on the head and say, thank you.
How I may serve you, great being of the world. I'm like a prison guy. I find the biggest, baddest motherfucker, and I want him to protect me.
Okay, I ask, are you lost?
Not as long as I'm with you, O god of
Oh, wow.
mammoth nature. Shall we proceed?
Would you like to join me in my quest?
I will follow you.
Quest of world dominance and killing us.
Okay, I pull him up and put him on my shoulders.
I allow it. So I'm going to use my dexterity. I'm not really good at this, and balance myself as best I can on his shoulders.
Surprisingly enough, as you feel yourself going to balance upon this dragonborn,
He holds me up.
he seems to balance you on him. It almost seems like you're sitting on a flat surface. As you get a notice of his movements are not as rigid as you thought it would be if it be as a large dragon. It's more fluid. It's well balanced. It's precise. It's controlled.
And a little bit scratchy.
Just a little bit.
I use Thermagy and make his footsteps sound larger as he walks. It's more of a thud, thud, thud as he walks, just to make him feel better. As you feel power going through your body, and you hear your footsteps landing harder, you feel invigorated.
As you guys begin to approach the gate, the footsteps loud. People will give you a look. You guys get close to the gate. As you get close to the gate, as one of the town guards calls out, please be on your ready. We have orders to give you. If you have any horses or any creatures of beast of burden, please be with the Beastmaster. Check it in at the stables. Stables are free to anybody with beast of burden.
Go to the stable master, I whisper into his ear. You'll be my beast of burden.
As you enter the gate, you will be assigned a number. This number correlates to the inn that you are to reside to and to appoint to. As this is the day of the Remembrance, the city is crowded. So please be patient with us. But you are to go immediately and check into the inn that you have been assigned to. Please, in an orderly fashion, make your way in. Make your way in.
Go to the beast of burden. You'll be my beast of burden. Do it. I nudge him a little bit.
We go to the
And,
Beastmaster station.
and I'm riding him. I pull my cow back a
So
little
you
bit
get-
and act a
as-
little.
Jared's like a master of Dragon Ball.
As you guys turn around and look, you can see
This
some
is
of the
my
people.
Dragonborn.
You can see a couple of the people step out of the line with either a cattle or a goat or pigs or something like that, horses, and you see them lead off. They go about 50 feet outside of the line, and there's this large wooden fence, elegantly crafted. It almost seems like it's crafted out of one piece of wood, and it stretches almost as far as your eye can see down the road before it curves off. As you are able to see just over the top of the fence, you look behind, and there are just different kinds of creatures running around.
Can I see if there's like a Beastmaster, the controller that the dude was talking about? Do I see him?
You see an elven individual sitting there, perched on what it almost looks like it's like a tree branch, kind of protruding out of the side of this building. And he has a large ledger, and he's writing down as he's talking to some of the people. He's got like a blondish hair, but blue streaks running through the side of it.
I whisper, go this way, and I pretty much give him the direction to go. That's from my height advantage on his shoulders, the best route to get to him with less traffic.
Yep. He's got forest-like green leather armor that covers up the majority of his flesh, except for his right hand, which he's got writing out of his hand. You can see his other glove is underneath the book as he's writing out and ripping out pieces of paper and handing it to individuals. So you will be 3 pigs and a goat, huh? Okay, well that's a fantastic lot of creatures you
Get
have.
in that line. Get in that line. That one. That one right there.
Your lot number is 106432. Okay. Hold on to this paper. If you ever want to get your pigs and goats out, just produce a paper and I will bring the beast out for you. They will be well taken care of and well fed, free of charge, as the prince himself has covered all expenses for that, for you guys to come into the actual city. So please be patient, be kind, and understand that I am the greatest beast master in all of Ehrenwald, and you have my assurance that your beast will be fabulously taken care of. So, next in line, please.
So
That's you two now.
just prior
Okay.
to us getting next in line, I whisper down his ear, "You're doing all the talking," and I cast guidance persuasion on him.
Okay. So, you guys begin to approach. A Dragonborn. Well, I haven't seen one of your kind in at least 4 months, maybe? It's been a while. So, where are your beasts?
He is my beast. Aren't you, Sir Dragon? And I'm hoping at this point in time he fucking really does what I want him to do. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm his beast.
Well, normally I don't. I'm confused.
Tell me, are mounts allowed to proceed?
Well, it takes a closer look at you. You're not. Well, wait. Dragon, are you his pet?
What does it look like? You. Of course I'm his pet.
Do you really want to be put in with the animals? I don't
Mounts
want to
aren't-
be discriminatory, but I mean, you would be better off just entering the city on your own, getting a room.
I look up at
He is my mount, and you will allow us to proceed normally without cause.
Well,
By the way, that's a fort.
well, that's a fantastic charm you're trying to cast upon me, my friend. But if you would do note that elves are immune to such things, and one, I've already said once that all expenses for mounts are free. The prince has paid for all of the inns as well. So, you're already getting what you're asking for. So why do you want to go in with the animals?
I want my animal coming.
You go into the gate, you idiot!
I kind of nudged him to go forward. Come on!
What are you trying to do, Pops?
I don't know.
Okay. As you guys make your way back to the line again, you guys
No,
lost...
I wanted to go through with it.
He wants to steal people's animals, I'm guessing.
Man, he's dragging.
I thought there was like a different gate.
He wants to
No,
break.
it's like a stables outside the city.
I misunderstood.
Okay. No, he's just checking animals in and putting him in this, like, large stable area. That's all he's doing. Thought I made that clear.
I was trying to cut. Clearly that didn't work.
Now you guys have lost 10 spots. So,
Oh, really?
because you guys cut out a line to go over to the stable master. Silly
Whatever.
rabbit.
I give Root a dirty look.
So, as you
Hey,
guys,
it was worth a shot.
Your eyes.
you guys begin to approach the guards. One of the guards look up, kind of startled for a second. Ah, kind dragon, how are you doing today? What's your business here?
Here for Remembrance Day.
Ah, showing honor to fallen heroes. Even the dragons, you hear that, men? Even the dragons want to honor the heroes. Your honor is a privilege to be had. And who is your friend there?
He is my companion.
Ah, well,
I squeak. But I say hi in squirrel.
there's just the two of you lot then.
Yes.
All right. And can I get a couple pair of names for you both?
I am Alden.
Alden and Root. All right, so I'll have you guys marked in as you guys are going to Gorman's Dives and Ales. Gorman's Dives and Ales. That's the inn that I have you all marked down for. Please make haste. All you have to do, go down the ways here till you see the major intersection. Make a left-hand turn. Follow that until the next major intersection. One that kind of has a... You'll find it. Just ask around, okay? I don't have time to explain to you. But Gorman's Dive and Ales, okay?
Okay.
All right. Please behave yourselves. Remember, this is a special day. The day of peace and remembrance and the honor of the heroes. Not a day of trouble, all right?
I can't promise anything.
Yeah, well, you're kind, you were well aware of. But, all right.
So
Have fun.
When we pass through the gates, right as soon as we get through the gates and are in the clear of the guard, using my height advantage, looking over the crowd, being on top, I'm looking specifically for the caravan that I wasn't too far behind them. I might have got a little bit further behind trying to get in front of them, but that didn't.
Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Over and over then. For that. They're over there. Maybe over there. That looks like them over there.
Yeah, amongst the crowd and stuff like that, they either went to a different entrance or they didn't pass right through here. You kind of lost them in the crowd somewhere.
I stand on his shoulders.
Okay.
You
allow him to stand on your shoulders with his hoof?
I mean, I stand up. Put
Yeah.
one hoof on one shoulder and the other hoof on the other shoulder. I gotta find them. Where are they? Where did they go?
I want you to go ahead and make a dexterity roll for me.
Please hold on to me. Please don't drop me. Phew. I was scared to death you were gonna drop me right there.
Oh.
So now I'm higher. I'm way up over the top of everybody. I'm like 11 feet tall.
You seem about 75 feet in front of you. The bald human male walking amongst a group of people.
So I get back down and I say, go that way, and I point in the direction that they're headed.
Okay.
Go that way, and then I stand back up and I hold on for dear fucking life. And I'm trying to keep track of them. Huh?
I go in the direction Dude is pointing at.
Okay. As you guys begin to kind of walk through the crowd, you're kind of having to, like, half push people out of the way. It's pretty crowded in this little area here. As you guys are following at a pretty nice pace, trying to keep up with them. They seem to be breaking, people seem to part a little bit for the individual. You guys get about halfway through before he goes into a large alleyway. It breaks off from the crowd.
Yikes.
Him and two individuals.
We follow them.
Okay.
Okay. Easy enough as you guys step into the crowd, or step out of the crowd into the alleyway, and with your loud footsteps, kind of follow them along as best you can. I mean, it weaves in and out of some of the houses. Before, as you go ahead and both roll stealth rolls, guys. Stealth rolls if you're trying to be sneaky about it.
Still. That's some pretty bad rolls.
So as you guys,
Oh, not as bad as my nat 1 though.
Mine's better.
Fuck, that's embarrassing.
so as you begin to approach, ready.
Yikes.
Oh, we're gonna whoop his ass.
As you are also standing in the same alleyway, you're sitting there with Derek. It's kind of, you guys have just divvied up the gold. You see this large white-skinned, icy blue skinned dragonborn and this pile of fur on his shoulder.
This is the greatest thing ever.
What do you want to do?
Stealth and watch.
Okay.
Actually,
So stealth roll. Right.
Stealth roll.
Oh well, shit.
So as you guys, Alden and Brutus, you guys are,
we ran into him. Oops.
as you guys are walking down the alley, you see like in this little inlet, like where like one of these doors are, you see these two humans sitting there. Just as you guys begin to get within like 5 feet of him, the young human. Go ahead and describe yourself, Freddie. Yeah, sit up. Come on, play the game.
It was comfortable.
You just gotta read a fucking sheet of care. Come on, how hard is it?
I am blind.
Wanna
and
hear
these
it.
words are tiny.
You ain't nowhere near as blind as I am, so hush it.
Don't need glasses here, guys. Most of us need glasses. We're all blind.
Okay. Small, slender humanoid with short black hair with a large scar across my face.
Sick description.
No problem. As you see this dirty human, blackish like hair with scar running across his face, he gets up and he attempts to like duck off and around a corner to get out of your guys' sight. As soon as he steps off the little stair thing, it gives way. A piece of the brick slips, and he immediately falls back, landing in the middle of this little alley, sprawled out in front of you on his face, kind of sticking in the mud a little bit.
Reggie's free. The human run through here.
What?
Eh.
I only
I love-
half understood that.
What did you? I didn't hear what you said.
I asked if he saw the human run through the...
I did.
He's laying right in front of you, like 5 feet in front of you, in the mud, face first.
Step on him.
So we have to dodge this shit?
Okay. I step on him.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength roll. Or a dexterity roll, whichever was better for you. Sorry, I forget your mark.
Oh, wait. Okay. Dexterity.
I'm just going to keep the 8 roll. So what's your plus on the 8? Oh, your dex? Plus 5?
+4.
Plus 4, so 12. What's your AC? Ready? Your armor class?
15.
So as the Dragonborn who barely seems to really notice you or give two shits. You can't really tell one or the other. He gets to walk forward, and it looks like he's about to step on you. In that moment, you quickly roll off to the side, and get up like on your, in a 3-point stance. Say anything?
I cast Theomargy, and a cold wind brushes over his face. Hello, human.
What do you want?
We're trailing yet another through here.
You just saw a bald human walk past.
Tell us where he went.
Was I even paying attention?
Go ahead and roll a perception roll.
Perception. I think that's the correct word.
That's persuasion.
I
People,
can't read.
Persuasion roll to perception roll.
Perception, it's right above performance.
all you have to do is press control and
There you
scroll
go.
wheel up, and it'll make everything bigger for you.
Oh, it's right underneath nature.
It's in alphabetical order, perception.
Suck. You still suck. He went that way, and he points back the direction we came. Oh.
I'm gonna roll 20. Went laggy for a second. So, as you were like, I did see a couple people walk by me. I wasn't really paying attention. So, what do you want to say to them?
None of my business. I wasn't paying attention.
So, when I'm in an alleyway,
Mm-hmm.
I listen, and can I hear them running or moving in a certain direction?
Go ahead and roll. It's gonna be a high DC because it sounds loud. Over the roar of the crowd and just the actual ambience of the actual city itself, to hear individual footprints, even in an alleyway, is gonna be damn
So
near
do I go
impossible.
right and left, or
It's a
what?
pretty long, straight alleyway. There's no cutoffs at this point. It looks like a back entrance to a bunch of either homes or businesses back here.
Alden, bring him with us. Let's go that direction, down the hall, and see if we can catch up to him. I need to catch them.
I pick up Freddy and hold him like luggage and we keep walking down the alleyway.
Are you going to allow that, Freddy? You're going to allow him to pick you up?
Not really, no.
All right, so go ahead and make a dexterity roll, Con.
Fight him.
Freddie, make an acrobatics or athletics roll, whichever one's bigger for you.
Oh, what am I rolling?
Freddy's bouncing.
Shit.
Freddy's like, oh, hell no. You ain't grabbing me. Oh, hell no.
Make a dexterity roll.
Acrobatics. Okay, there we go.
No, you're fine. I saw you had a 19. Damn. He rolls a 21 though.
Damn.
So-
It all looked impressive.
As you quickly reach out to grab this human-like rogue, his stance he almost does like, drops to a knee real quick and shifts and splits and ducks right underneath your hand and kind of rolls off to the side. What do you want to do, Freddy? Mr.
Fucking
Bones?
run.
You're gonna fucking run? Okay.
Fuck this shit.
You going?
So he's running down the alleyway.
On that note,
Yeah, he's running down the alleyway in the direction that you guys were headed.
Okay. I
take me to that human.
no. I look at Root. I put in my hand and throw him like a football at Freddy.
Well, I can't cast a spell.
Jesus.
Okay, so go ahead and make a dexterity-based roll. Not a check, but or not a saving throw, but a dexterity roll. You already know how to do it.
Who, what?
Just click dexterity.
Me too?
You go ahead for you. Make I
hit him. I not very gracefully, full on, just.
Your AC is what, 15? So suddenly, Root, as you're get ready to cast your incantation. Suddenly you feel the palm of the Dragonborn's hand basically caress your back, and he pole vaults you into the air. Whee! You go flying, and as you immediately see this tiefling, his legs kind of go in different directions. It's like straight Bugs Bunny style, like woo! Flying through the air. But Freddy, though, as you're taking off running, suddenly on your back, fucking this body just lands into you.
Does that do any damage?
Ragdoll. Go ahead and roll a 1d4 worth of damage, and this is going to be for both of you.
Who's rolling it?
Kung is going to roll.
Kung is rolling 1d4, and we both take that damage.
Is it bludgeoning or is it full damage?
Bludgeoning.
Oh, was I both?
He just threw me into him. I wasn't ready for it. Ah! Blash! I got blast.
Well, take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. He just rips a fastball with a tiefling into the back of a human rogue. You both splatter, roll across the ground a couple times.
Ow. That hurt.
Lucky I wasn't impaled by a horn.
Fucking hurt.
Or do tieflings have horns?
Some of them do, some of them don't.
I do. See my horns? There's my picture right next to me.
Well, I don't even have Twitch up anymore.
Alright. Yeah, anyway, I do have horns. We're lucky you weren't impaled.
So, as you are laying there on the ground, just being pummeled, what do you want to do, Freddy?
Stab him right in the face.
I kind of want to be Dick and pull my weapon.
Okay.
He hears in his ear, out of nowhere. It doesn't know where it comes from. It rattles from one ear to the other. You don't want to attack him. He is not your enemy.
Make a wisdom saving
friend.
throw. Freddy, wisdom saving throw. You see the little box where it says saving throws? Click wisdom. Your DC is 14, right? I'm gonna have to go through and change.
Yeah.
Where is saving throws at?
Right now, you see where it says dexterity, like your character sheet, right? The big box next to that, it's got a strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, saving throw.
Oh, saving throws.
Yep. Click wisdom.
I was supposed to roll a wisdom?
Yep. Fortunately, as you reach out, you quickly draw your dagger, and a voice in your ear kind of says, "He is not your. You do not want to fight him. He is your friend." This moment, this Dragonborn, is your best friend.
Kind of cut out there for me.
Oh, so that you look at the Dragonborn. In this moment, as you look upon him, as you drew your dagger, suddenly you realize you just drew your dagger on your best friend. What do you want to do?
Run.
Again?
I am not interested in this shit.
You want to allow him to run?
No.
As in your mind for a second, it thinks run, but then you're like, why would I run from my friends? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
I'm in good company here.
Time to have a beer.
Open a cold one with the boys.
Where are they located?
You wish to have a beer with us and relax and become best friends.
They're like back here somewhere.
Okay.
I don't have it quite broken down, guys. So, I mean, this is just.
And I full on charm him. We wish to have a beer and become best friends.
So for the next in-game hour, this tiefling and this dragonborn, they're your friends. Like, you feel like you've known them forever. You've gone through some shit with these boys.
Don't blame me if you wake up with a knife in your
Wait.
back.
What are you guys doing? I mean, you guys can talk. This is your thing, not me. This is you.
I cast it at Freddy. What is his reaction to that? You are now my best friend. Yo, what's up, bro? How's it hanging, man?
Why are you here?
We're gonna go have a beer. I look around once again. Can I find any sound, sight on the ground, anything that I can track where this human went?
Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Roll a 20.
Yeah.
Here comes my nat 20 of the night. Not bad.
You get a sense that
Lost.
he went that way somewhere, but
Alright,
between
well.
the distraction of this human in front of you and
I fucked with him for so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
still
So-
a taste for revenge against him.
He's charmed to go have a beer with me, so I'm going to find the nearest bar to us. So I go back out into the street and look around and see if I see a bar anywhere.
As the three of you begin to head back towards the main thoroughfare, you guys, right as you guys hit the precipice of between the alleyway and the street, one of the Crown's guard walks up to you. Hey, what are you three doing?
What was it? We were assigned a bar. I don't remember the name of it, and we're supposed to go there, but I don't know where to go. He might know, and I point up to the Dragonmore.
Dorms, dives, and ale.
That place.
You
How
guys
do
are
we get
going
there?
in the wrong direction. Did they
What?
not give you directions at the gate?
No.
No.
There were so many people there. It was complete chaos. We have no idea where we're going.
All right, go back down the street here a block. You'll see the main crossroad. Make your way to the right. Follow that down for about 6 blocks, and it'll be on your left-hand side. You can't miss it. It's a giant dwarven sign. It says Gorman's Dives and Ales right on it, okay?
I crawl back up on Aladdin's shoulder. Does he allow me? Alden.
Yeah, I allow. Obviously, you don't even have to ask.
So I crawl back up on Alden's shoulder,
Aw,
resume
that's cute.
my spot.
It's like
On-
a little fox thing.
Fan art.
Little animal.
So,
Yeah, straight up fan art.
Freddie, you're like, yeah, let's go have a drink, man. Let's go. Let's head to the bar.
Sorry, I charmed you.
So as you guys make your way down the street, weaving in your way out of the crowds, I mean, it's crowded. You make your way to the front end of this building. You can see the large dwarven sign out front. Cascading windows that seem to encompass like the entire first floor of the building. You hear a flute instrument being played on the inside. You hear a roar of the crowd as they begin to clap and cheer. You see a orc, blackish hair, tailed down, walking out kind of angrily, kind of a sense of embarrassment a little bit on him too. But he's storming out of the building. You guys enter inside. It's relatively pretty crowded. About 35 people intermixed amongst the top balcony and...
As I pass by the orc, I thermogy in his ear. Your foot is infected. And I just ignore him and walk by.
Man, you're just like fucking with people.
Why?
I'm
Make a
neutral
deception roll.
evil. I'm neutral evil.
He just wants to piss everyone off.
Yeah, he's just out to fuck everyone off today, isn't he?
Damn, I thought when I was
Jesus.
He... What? Looks around like he was trying to figure out who's talking with him. But as you guys enter in the building, you can see this red-headed elf in the corner playing his flute. Having a good old time. You can see a hodgepodge of different kinds of people, humans, half-elves, and dwarves. You see a female dwarf with braided white hair with a thinning beard on her face. Sitting at the bar, you see 2 bar maidens wandering around. One with blondish hair, quite beautiful. The other one is basically brown hair, average, run-of-the-mill kind of girl, kind of dirty. And then you see this larger dwarven man. Sorry. My notes here. You can tell that he's immediately tough as nails. He's balding, but he's got grayish black hair that's kind of braided in the back that kind of goes almost all the way down past his ass. Long dwarven beard with different kinds of ornaments of different bones. He's got pretty nasty scars that run across his neck. Looks like his throat might have been slit at one point in his life.
That's totally healthy.
You three enter the bar. The bar immediately goes a little bit quiet as the sense of this giant white dragonborn enters the building with this tuft of fur on his side and this human kind of
I
peeking
cast
up behind him.
Liturgy, and I try to whisper in everybody's ear in the bar word. Especially paying most attention to the big dwarf in the middle.
Is this the bar that we're in too?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is the
Did
you're
they
playing on
say
the
us
stage.
there? Did
Oh,
they-
yeah,
Well, you're up on the stage playing the flute.
I don't think they've seen Lyra, really, because Lyra's kind of... I would assume you've been sitting there talking with Tanya. Kind of
Yeah,
shooting the shit.
I spent a good amount of the time with Tanya.
I mean, this all... Because he would have just gotten on stage to play his flute, and that would have been just ending. So it was literally 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Welcome to D&D.
Right. So when we enter the room, and I notice that the crowd kind of looks at us, like I said, I kind of, under my breath, cold over, and I cast Thermagy and make a whisper in everybody's ear, "We are here."
You guys all hear that.
Is there a check on that, or does that just happen?
That just happens. You just hear it.
Yeah, how you react to it's on you.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I just act like I heard nothing. Alright. To me,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound anything abnormal to me.
Lyra's slightly judgy as she's watching the three walk in.
I also want to take a quick look around. Do I see any animals? Cats, dogs, pets, rats, rodents, cockroaches?
Surprisingly enough, though, even the outside of this bar seemed pretty grungy. The streets are definitely shit-ridden and disgusting. The interior of this bar is immaculately clean. You get a sense that these dwarves pride themselves on their building, and you don't see an insect, you don't see a loose cobweb anywhere. I mean, it is well maintained on the inside.
Yikes. Okay.
It almost looks like fresh wood, but like older wood that was made fresh. Like,
Well, I'm at the discretion of Eldon at this point since I'm riding him.
ah, newcomers. Did you get your assignment by the guards? Yes, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Ah, come forth. Sign the ledger, sign in. We'll get you your keys, get you your rooms. 3 of you, I see. And what would be your name, Master Dragon?
Alden.
Alden. Well, I am just the humble dwarf Oswald. Gorman was my father, that's what we named it after. But
I climb down Alden, repeating root over and over. Root.
is there something wrong with your friend there, Dragon?
I'm trying to read Alvin.
He's rooting the Dragon Ball.
Straight up.
So,
Keen as a bee.
your name is Root, I'm guessing.
Root. And I move over to... Is there any open booths of any kind?
There is one empty table that's literally front row and center of the stage.
I go over and sit down on the chair, right in front of the stage. I look up at what's playing the flute. What do I see?
Go ahead and describe yourself.
Okay, hold up. Let me just get my character sheet real quick. You see a unique half-elf, reddish, blackish kind of ash kind of hair. His eyes are red, and the color of his skin seems to have a tint of red tan texture to it. Medium build, very toned physical attributes. With a greyish cloak, with some fine, well put together clothing and well presented.
So I look up at that and I go, Guidance, +2 performance, Thermagy, making him laugh.
You immediately feel the sense of his as he's staring at you, and you're pretty keenly watching the crowd. I mean, that's what musicians do. You're kind of staring around, and you see this greenish-like tiefling
Ball of fur.
look at you, point at you for a second. You feel his power hit you, and suddenly, as you're playing your flute, it gets like 5 times louder. Like, feedback, fuck.
Oh, come on now. I gave him a guidance to his performance first. No feedback here.
Do I smell any strange smells?
Besides the taint of the city, in here, no, actually, not really. Typical ales and typical bar.
So he doesn't stink like a feral?
Yeah, you'd have to probably get right up next to him, but you're about like 7 feet away from him onto the stage itself. So.
You may smell me at 7 feet. Just saying, I haven't bathed.
If you would like,
Ever.
go ahead and just roll a perception.
I'm a ball of matted fur, for crying out loud.
And am I within that 7 feet?
No, you're at the bar.
That's a good
You're about
question.
20 feet away.
Thank God.
All right. So
I'm sitting at a table by myself.
it's hard to distinguish the smells in here. They kind of all blend together. It's all pretty foul smelling.
I kind of blend in with the street ice.
So I don't pause. I continue playing, but I have this slight twitch on my left eye, as if I've noticed that something didn't seem quite right. But being a bard and knowing my practice,
Well, you know immediately the spell. I mean, you know that he casted guidance on you.
well, I
Yeah, so you can now roll a performance roll, and you get to add a D4 to your roll.
What should I do?
Oh,
That's up to
look
you.
at you.
Go ahead.
I made it to where you can play better. And that's an 18, sir.
No.
Oh,
You have to add a
come
1d4.
on! I don't want to get max 4. Okay. Plus, yeah, your D4 is a plus 4 here. No, it really is.
1d4, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
1d4.
Come on. Fuck.
I mean, you're playing. You're not trying too hard. You're not. You're not try hard is better than most people's there, Zorots. So, but
Yeah.
you're just having a good old time with it.
I start digging through my pouch, pull out a gold piece, and then I throw it up on the stage. Play better, Bard!
As a gold piece, go ahead and make just a dexterity roll for me.
Okay.
You're not kosher with the shit.
Whoa, natural.
I could possibly hit him with the damn coin.
Complete flops.
As
Yikes.
he takes the coin and
In the face.
as he flicks it, and right in the eye, this coin goes. Pah! Ah! Ah!
What the fuck's wrong with
And I
you?
cast guidance on him again. Performance.
What?
And you can feel the dirt.
Great.
You can feel the dirt that was on this coin as you look down, and this thing it looks like it was cased in mud for like 2 years and then pulled out. It's filthy, and you've got dirt in your eye. If you want to roll performance, it's going to be at disadvantage right now because you're just like, God damn it, fucking Christ, clear it up. Even with the disadvantage,
D4, roll a D4!
And well, you still carry your melody without missing a note. It's beautiful.
Yes!
But you're giving that stink eye to that tiefling in front of you.
Oh yeah.
So Alden and
Fuck this
Fred,
guy.
as Alden and Fred is, you guys are standing there and you see the tiefling doing this. Kind of just shake your head as Oswald walks up to you. So I need you two to sign the waiver here with your friend over there. Come to the bar. Come to the bar. Let me buy you a drink. How about that, my friends? Come.
Sounds good. I call Root over.
I'm not paying attention to him. I just start bobbing up and down, and then I cast infestation, and fleas and stuff just kind of crawl out from my body as I bounce up and down.
Why did you do this?
I'm sitting at a table by myself. I stink. I'm this ball of fur. Yeah, this
Okay.
looks good.
Let me go to that. Okay. So Alden, as you guys walk, Alden and Fred, as you guys both walk over the bar, Oswald walks over. Hey, two. No, not talking to you two. He walks over to these two humans sitting at the bar. Hey, make way. We have an honored guest here. A dragon has graced us with his presence. Please, give us some seats. Oswald, we're regular. Just piss off, Freddy. Or Frankie, sorry. Piss off, Frankie. Fine. You owe me a drink, though. It's fine, it's fine. Just move your ass. You guys sit down. The white-headed lady walks over to you guys with a ledger, a fairly large bound book, actually 2 feet wide, a foot thick. She flips it open in front of you. So, can I get your two names?
just so we can match with the town's guard. They're gonna be asking later. It's such a pain in the ass, these festivals, when they assign bars like that. But good things have got to be done. That's the law, right?
Alden.
It is.
Proxy name?
Sure.
Because I am a thief, and I don't think it would be a good idea to give them an actual name.
That's fine. What do you want to name yourself?
People would fuck you up. People would be like, nah, get the fuck out of my establishment, you little shit.
Pretty much. I'm just gonna put Alex.
An Atlas?
That'll work.
What did you say? I'm sorry. It broke up on me.
I said Alex.
Oh, okay.
Atlas will do, though.
Go ahead.
Atlas will work.
So go ahead and make a deception roll.
Deception is over here.
Alex! Oh, all right, no problem. We got you. Alex, then I'm going to put... I'm guessing he's with you, right? That whatever that thing is? So,
Yeah.
three of you staying here tonight, no?
Yes.
Freddie, you're like, you normally sleep on the streets, so you're like, well, I mean, these are good friends of mine. It might be nice to have a room, you know, maybe I can get a bath in it, maybe. Cleaned up, and nice to have a roof over your head for
Guys
what's
with a midget and a damn
How long
tux.
into the charm are we?
about 30 minutes.
You're only about halfway through the charm. But we're still your best friends.
Doesn't mean I want to smell you.
No, you might not want to smell me. Even my friends don't want to do that.
Fucking
'Cause I got
gross.
bugs growing out of my skin for crying out loud.
So we got Alden, we've got Alex, and we've got Root. All right, I will go ahead and I'll mark that in the ledger. Hopefully the things will check out and we'll be all good. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys all in room 14. It's going to be up the stairs, through the second door over to the left, head down to the back end of the hallway. You guys will be in the back corner room. It's a little bit more spacious than the other. I figured with a dragonborn of your size, you'd appreciate the space. And a larger bed in there.
So the next time I give guidance to Zeroth continuously over and over again using Thermogeet.
Music
Okay.
really sounds good. What are you trying to say, Root?
So as you guys turn around, as Alden and Friday, as you guys turn around, as you know, kind of get a feel for the place. Just 2 seats from you is this red-headed half-elf. Lyra, go ahead and describe what you look like.
Okie dokie. Let me get up my character sheet real quick. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, Lyra's about 5'5". She's got very long red hair. She's quite a curvy girl. You can see that she's half elven. Her ears kind of stick up through her hair. She's dressed in these really, like this really kind of fine black dress, with a black cloak over the back, and yeah.
As you two see her, you guys want to say anything to her? I mean, she is. Sorry to say, Lila, but fine.
What's her charisma?
20?
She damn.
Yikes! 20? Yeah.
Yeah.
And even my fleas are taking a look at her.
I'm just gonna ignore.
Ouch! No one ignores me.
Ouch!
So you see the Dragonborn look at you and it's like, without even like, doesn't even give you the like, damn. He gives you just whatever kind of look.
Lara is slightly offended and starts to.
That's what? Sorry, you broke up there.
She walks over to have a conversation with the dragon.
Okay,
She
go ahead.
needs to be ignored.
So go ahead. You have the floor.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so she walks up and she says, ever seen a dragon? Are you new around here?
Yes, I am.
Oh, me too.
What are you here
What
for?
brings you? Oh, Jinx. I'm here to support my brother while he plays. He's the one on the stage.
I got pecked in the eye.
What brings you here?
Here for the Remembrance Day.
Do you know much about Remembrance Day?
Not very much, no.
If I'm honest, me either. What do you think of my brother's music?
I've heard better.
Really? Really now?
Hey, I'm just being honest.
Throwing shots? Ouch!
Shots fired.
Yeah, pew pew, motherfucker. Call the police. Jesus.
Medic.
Get some aloe vera for that bird. Yeah, okay. Lyra's not getting anything out of him, so she gets bored and she walks away.
You now slighted the young female.
She's so bored.
Neither one of them are used to that. It was extremely awkward. She's not used to being rejected. He's not used to being approached. That was weird.
Yeah.
Can I just like walk to the bedroom and just hide? This is weird.
So,
Antisocial.
are you going to invite your friends over too, or?
I'll let them know that I'm going to the bedroom.
All right.
So he yells out, I'm going to the bedroom. I look back. I look at the bard. I look at the dwarf. I get the dwarf's attention. Bedroom?
Ah, yeah. My beautiful wife here puts you all in room 14. But the three of you are there. There's 4 beds in there in total. You guys should be plenty comfortable. There's a wash basin at the back end of the hallway. You feel free to use the water. We change it out about every 15 minutes or so.
I look at him puzzledly. I'm sorry, sir.
I kinda
English
want
not
to
great.
go to the tub.
Don't know wash basin. Lead corner?
And
And I point to a nice little corner
room
off to the side.
14. You know what? Hey! Take your friend with you. Show him, please. He's...
Room 14.
Yes.
I'm not dumb. I just don't know some words.
I didn't mean to insult you, Master Page. Let me get you a drink. What will
Okay.
you be having?
Well, at this point,
Water.
I'm gonna drink.
Cold glass of water would be great. Right now.
Water.
I haven't had a nice, clean glass
I'm
of water.
offering you anything, even at the top shelf.
You have the cleanest water possible?
Sure, let me show you a fancy trick of mine. I've learned on my travels. He walks over and he grabs a nice clear glass, and it looks relatively pretty clean for a bar.
Okay.
Sets it on the table, sits down in front of you, and he goes, "Let me show you. Water!" The cup fills with water.
I immediately cast Purify Water on his water and take a drink.
Ah, so you're a spellcaster too, my friend. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. You don't have to be a dick about it. I wouldn't have poisoned you or anything. I have a business to run here. Have a little faith. I have done nothing to earn your distress, my friend. I have the best ales and wines and...
So I look around. As far as trust goes, you have no nature in your building.
Well, do understand that having a business like this of clientele, of mixing variety, it is bequeathed to us to set upon a certain precedence, and having nasty...
What did you do with them?
What do you do with any insects or rats? You get rid of them.
Oh no.
I see this shit hitting the fan.
Infestation.
Oh, he's gonna.
And I immediately begin to spread,
I play even
you know,
louder.
cockroaches over there, a few ants over there. Nature must be present for you to survive.
That's just foul.
that completely necessary. I've offered you a hospitality, and then you go and just. You know what? I think that just if I say anything more than you, then it's going to be a very big problem. Please, go upstairs, have a wash, take your water with you.
I pick up my water glass and I walk away from him towards the Dragonborn because
He walks as you walk away. He walks over to the.
he's going to
Cesar.
bed, so I just kind of follow him up.
Oh, Freddie went upstairs.
Oh,
Alden is still sitting at the bar, just dissed the musician and the beautiful woman in front of him. Might be.
Am I within range of them to cast prestidigitation?
As she's actually walking up towards you, so yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tiefling's walking. The Dragonborn's like 2 feet to your right, and you're standing there next to the bar. So as you see this Tiefling, just bugs kind of crawling off of him.
I crawl back up on Alden's shoulder. The bugs went away after one round because it was a cantrip. I crawl back up on his shoulder and I rest.
So you see him crawl on top of the Dragonborn's shoulder. What do you want to do, Lyra? You gonna cast prestidigitation on him?
Yeah.
There's no saving throw, no nothing. So is there anything you want to say to him as you're going to do so?
What do you do? There's quite a few things that can be done with
She
that
cleans
spell.
you. I'm guessing.
She cleaned me?
True.
No.
I do. I want to clean both of you. Fuck you.
Oh my god! Oh! Jesus, she just wrecked my world.
Really, really cold water to fucking freeze your asses off.
Ice water.
So as you walk past this beautiful redheaded, I mean you don't really half elf, as you begin to climb on top of that, she looks over, does a quick gesture with her fingers, and suddenly the dirt just seems to vanish off both of you.
Yikes!
No.
You smell rosy fresh.
Oh
You
yeah.
smell like a rose.
What do you guys want to do? This is on you part.
It's still a natural smell, but
Can we tell that she was what did it?
Oh, she.
I'm forcing myself to roll a wisdom saving throw to determine how I'm going to act. I accept it.
You see the tiefling for a moment just slightly panic. For just a moment, look at you, confused, and then smiles this toothy grin.
I don't have to deal with your stench. I don't want to.
There's Tanya behind you. I'm glad one of us did it. You know, Lara, I'm gonna love you to death. If any time you want to do that, I've got your back, because normally that's me that does that bullshit when these people piss me off too.
Anyone else throwing any coins on the stage, or was it was just the?
I was gonna make you roll one more performance roll before the end of the night.
You have guidance on that.
So
Well, I did my performance well.
yeah, but then because
It was a 16 plus a 4.
if you guys, basically what I'm saying is I'm gonna give you guys a moment to role play with each other, and as soon as you guys feel that you guys are done, then I'm gonna progress the story forward.
So, Zaroth, just pretty much any time that you are ready to go play performance, if you just look at me and kind of give me the know-how that you're going to do it, I will cast guidance every time. I will set precedence for that.
Okay. So I look at him and I give him the "I want to fuck you" eyes.
And he gets guidance.
Literally?
Perform me, baby. Perform on me, baby. That'd be a 20 right there. Thank you for... Oh, 21. 17. Oh, well. I try.
You still play well. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean,
I'll get better.
it's not your best piece, but you're just like, you're not willing to show off quite yet. This is your first night on work. You know, you're like, I want to save it for like that special, maybe when the king or prince
Save the good
walks in.
stuff for later.
Yeah. You got some tricks up your sleeve. Playing it cool, trying to make your money. So as you guys throughout the rest of the afternoon here, having drinks, mingling in with the crowds, having conversations with Oswalds and stuff.
As I'm hiding in the bedroom.
I literally sit on Alden's shoulder and rest to get back my first level. I only need like a short rest. So I'm just going to sit there. I'm going to pull my cowl over my head, and I'm going to become a little ball of fur on his shoulder and not do a fucking thing until I rest.
You're a shoulder pad.
Does druids get their spells back like that?
I'll tell you, I don't remember the exact speed, but yes, I do remember that I do get my spells back like that. Give me 1 second.
I know warlocks do that, but I don't know.
He's sleeping on my shoulders now.
He's just kind of sitting there resting out.
You have a little bit of extra
Okay.
armor. You got a person there.
No, I take him to our room and put him in the bed.
Oh, that's cute. Do you tuck him in?
Sure. And I give him a kiss on the forehead.
Oh my god, we have a bromance already.
Aw, that's touching.
I knew it, you were gay.
A little bit fuzzy inside.
Question with the bedroom, is there a window?
Yeah, has a charm.
Hold
Why
on.
are you gonna escape?
So as you
Eventually.
walk into the room, Alex, it's a corner room, and there is a window, but there's a heavy steel bar that crosses it, with only maybe about a 4-inch gap between the small panel window.
Can I investigate it?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Any way to remove it?
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation roll.
Charm's worn off at this point.
Yeah, charm would have worn off. You no longer feel that they're your friends.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna wanna
Well,
It's
keep out of his way.
It's dwarven crafted, and dwarves craft things really well. That's what they do. But as you're fiddling with the window, suddenly this shadow of a dragon, as the door flings open, Alden, as you look inside, you can see your human compatriot friend that's been tagging along with you for a minute, fiddling with the window as you walk over and place the root on the bed itself. What do you want to think?
And what do you think you're doing?
can I stealth and just leave?
It's kind of hard when this dragonborn's like taking up pretty much the entire doorway.
Yeah, he's beat me on
good
this
luck.
on several times. I was like, I want to stealth. You're in an open area. Hey, I don't have invisibility. Sorry.
I
Is
think
there any chance of getting past them at all?
Not unless he lets you.
What do you think you're doing? He's towering in the doorway.
He's like 6'8", like 400-pound of a fucking dragon. Like this doorway barely lets him in.
Okay, I tell him getting away from the people that basically kidnapped me.
You should be like, that's
Why would you
illegal,
wanna do
guys.
that? We're protecting you.
Follow the law.
He came a.
You're
I've
there.
protected myself my entire life in this city.
Clearly not well enough. If I was able to pick you up easily.
Can I finish my performance and start walking back
Compared
to my
to
room?
you, everyone else
Yeah, go ahead and roll your performance. It's fine.
kind of small.
Fair enough. Still, why would you want to leave?
I have other engagements.
And what would those be?
That would be my personal information. None of your business.
Tell me and I might let you leave.
Alright, Lyra's gonna like it.
So I'm just gonna lay there and listen to this in my bed while I'm trying to fake like I'm a.
Aw, you're faking the entire time.
You kissed his forehead and everything.
I know.
Fuck.
Now it's just weird.
Did you tell me around the performance?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a performance.
Did you say no homo?
I was gonna get to you guys in just a second. So.
Wrong button. My bad.
8.
It's not gay if you say no homo, guys. Just remember that.
Oh. Well, let them finish their conversation. So then we'll come back to you guys.
I think it would be in your best interest. You're a fucking fat, ugly fuck. What the hell are you doing here?
Okay, what just happened?
He tried to use vicious mockery, but he hasn't got the spell.
He was trying to persuade you to stay, but his words aren't
come out very good.
You could like you would have seen his words, like you could see in his face, like he was generally trying to be concerning, but he just insulted you.
And I didn't mean it. I really didn't understand what I just said.
He doesn't even know he insulted you.
I have no idea that I just called you a fat fuck, and.
It's got like this really excited.
I'm thinking I'm like saying, you know, your abilities are worthy, and we kind of might need you, but
give me a second. The way it was sent to you, it was kind of awkward talking about like, you know, the sky is blue. You should stay in this room. Blah blah blah. But what he was saying in Thieves' Cant is that you're a fat ugly fuck. You should fucking stay with us, you piece of fucking shit. I own you. In Thieves' Cant, that's what he said.
And I don't speak Thieves' Cant, but I said it.
You don't own me, bitch.
Oh no, this is gonna end badly.
This is not gonna go well.
This is already started bad.
It's
First, what is it called? Kidnapping, imprisonment.
Yeah.
Technically, I could call the guards.
Oh, but you're. Oh, I don't know. I don't know he's a thief, right?
No, you don't. You don't know nothing about this guy. You don't even know his name. You haven't even asked.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna whack him one?
So I rise up. I pull back my cloud, showing my full green facial face and silver hair, my horns reeking back behind me. Using thermagy, I cause the air around me to swirl. Any flames in the building flicker, curtains shudder. Things move. You feel the movement in the air around you. I am Root.
Tieflings even allowed inside the city walls? Question mark?
Because you've grown up here, magic is not necessarily frowned upon. It's pretty accepted when it's harmless. Now, if it's causing destruction or anything like that, that's obviously going to be illegal in the city ground.
And what are you doing again?
He's shifting the air and making the candlelight go a little dimmer. And
making a little breeze in the room. It's kind of harmless.
Basically trying to intimidate.
Well, that could possibly be what I'm trying to do. But we'll see what the dice say about my intimidation.
He looks a little scary. Not as scary as the big thing, but pretty scary.
Hey, I have the big thing behind me. Come on, I got this as my advantage.
With some branded birds.
What would I roll to like basically examine him at a distance?
The random birds with me.
To do what? I'm sorry?
What would I roll to be able to like basically look him up and down and size him up?
Insight. Yeah.
Which one?
Insight.
Insight.
That.
What is that noise?
That's birds in the background. Sorry guys, it's like 8:30.
Like
Hey, you're okay. If that's the worst that comes out of there, we're good to go. I mean, I have heard some noises, but let me tell you. Still waiting on your insight roll.
It's kind of hard to read. Even though he's a lot cleaner than when you first saw him. Like, a lot cleaner. Like he's,
Thanks.
He smells better.
I don't reek.
you know.
You're welcome.
But it's hard to read his tiefling features. You can see, I mean, he's intimidating, especially with the dragon behind him. You know that you are in danger if things go south real quick.
Yeah, let me.
Fuck if things go south.
I'll fuck you up.
Fuck you.
Depending on how that turns out, that might be pleasurable.
Okay.
How are you going to convince him to stay, Kong?
I say, what do you gain for leaving us?
Freedom.
What are you gonna do with that freedom?
Whatever I want.
We're not keeping you as prisoners.
Then why don't you
We're
get
just-
out of the doorway so I can leave?
Why do you want to leave?
What is me and Lyra doing at the moment?
We'll get to you in just a second. Just a second.
An intense moment right here.
Why do you guys wanting me to even stay to begin with? What do you gain from me staying?
An ally?
For what?
Anything?
A friend.
Yeah. I'm a lonely dragonborn. I grew up by myself, man. I need friends.
A friend in the bedroom.
You can tell that these two are both very socially awkward, Freddy. Like,
Yeah.
Uh,
Don't bully me.
Socially awkward.
They
I
don't-
can't even
they don't
barely.
think-
services for a price.
Wait, repeat that.
I'll say, and offer
So-
services for a price.
You know this city, correct? Little
Yes.
human.
I've lived here my entire life.
I reach out in my leaf backpack and I open it up and I pull out a clump of mud and I hand it to him. I will pay you richly as I crumple the mud away and 10 gold pieces fall into your hand. I just need to be protected and shown about the city. Will you be my guide?
For that price? Sure.
Bought and paid for.
and that's like a month's worth of stealing for you mostly, especially down here in the
Pretty
boat.
much.
So,
Legitimate work pays better.
did it work? So Lyra and
I took 10 gold off me. You can go ahead and add 10 gold to you.
Zaroth, as you guys are both downstairs, you're finishing off your song, and Lyra, Tanya walks up to you and she goes, "So, you guys planning on going to the festival? I'm guessing."
The what?
It's Remembrance Day. Remember the past times when things were a lot dire. Yeah, we celebrate heroes that have long since passed, that saved all of us from certain damnation. I would recommend checking it out, especially since you're being new to the city. It's one of the funnest days of the town. There's a chance, rumor has it, that people might get selected by the old ancient heroes themselves.
Selected for what?
That is a good question. Only the Archmage knows.
Is the festival going on now or later?
Oh, well, you're not in the room, but
It's a crying shame.
the festival's in about 2 hours, so if you would like to get cleaned up and settled a little bit, take a look at the sights a little bit to get accustomed to the city and the traditions. Since, from what my husband has said, the city of Tyr is far more beautiful. Our little shithole of a town. I was cutting it out. I'm sorry.
Well, I'd be interested.
What is your
I say nothing.
So, as you kind of hop off the stage, and the little cup there that's placed there for the musicians, as you look inside, you find 42 silver pieces. Even though you've only played like 2 songs, you played them quite well. And you've been tipped.
Nice.
Even though you never really saw anybody ever get up and put money in the cup, though. But nevertheless, there was money in the cup.
1 gold, 60 silver pieces for a bard. That was a good fucking night.
I said 42 silver. Where did you get 1 gold?
I gave him a gold.
Oh.
He got a gold from me earlier, so that's a gold and 42 silver. He had a great night.
And I sleight of hand it as well.
Okay.
You know, you have to create secret pouches all throughout your body now that you're starting to hide shit.
Yeah.
On your character sheet, I got a secret pouch in my thigh,
Put my
inner
foot
right,
on it,
down.
I literally put the foot on it, and it just disappears under my foot.
And it's like
Yep, going.
somewhere. Yeah, exactly.
Like a little gold robot.
So
Yeah.
I got to Lara and I said, "Shall we freshen up into our rooms?"
Sounds like a plan.
Right. So we head towards where the rooms are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You guys freshen up
She didn't pull Thomas though.
and take your time. As you take the next couple hours, freshen up, get acquainted, get settled in. You guys all begin to unpack and unwind.
So this will be considered a short rest. So I don't have that ability. I was in. So with a short rest,
I
do
will
I
just
get back?
I'll go ahead and give everybody a long rest to have all their stuff. That's
Because
fine.
I exhausted all my
That's
spells.
fine.
I was casting every spell I have known to man.
It's fine. Just take a long rest. It's fine.
All right.
Let's say between the time of your travel and whatever. That's fine.
Okay. I just
So,
wanted to make.
as you guys begin to gather up or begin to settle in, bells begin to fill the air. Dong, dong, dong. And it's loud. It's emanating, but it's not like overbearing. It's actually quite beautiful and angelic in nature. As you guys all begin to exit your rooms to kind of see what's going on, you see all of the actual inhabitants of the actual bar begin to get up and quietly. And the city, like as the bells went off, the city went quiet. Like you were hearing the normal hustle bustle of the town. The bells went off and it went hush. And you start seeing people begin to walk out of the actual bar. Anya walks over to Zaroff, and I'm just going to take a minute to get used to the names. And Lyra. Normally the times of walks are times of quiet. But if you would like to follow me, we can escort you to the actual carnival grounds, or the festival grounds, for Remembrance Day. You don't get lost. It'll be a beautiful ceremony. As the other three, as you begin walking down the stairs, the old Oswald walks up to you. So, you guys said you're here for Remembrance Day. Come with us, come with us. We locked the bar behind, so all your belongings will be safe here, alright? Anyway, they don't know that.
I'll get anything.
So, as they gather you up and walk you outside, they both turn around, they lock the door. It leads you down processions, and you're following this crowd, and it's kind of almost, what's the word I'm looking for? You're almost in awe with just all these people from different walks of life, different nationalities, different races, but just this moment in time are all harmonious. They're all walking quietly, calmly, towards the actual grounds themselves.
I crawl back on Malden if you didn't catch that.
As you guys begin to walk, the dwarven folks lead you to this large statue, and it's about 40 feet high, standing there in the middle of this little courtyard. And you see standing behind them as the people begin to gather around this circle. As you guys look down, you see these different stones, and each one of them has a name written across it. Written in different languages, but you get a sense that they're all named. You see a fairly tall, probably like 6'4", human male, blonde hair, wearing a crown, white emblazoned armor, with his two guards also wearing full-filled plate mail armor, standing there, and at the end of this, what almost kind of appears like a small, like, funeral synagogue thing, like very kind of gothic-like, with these large white and silver doors gazed upon it. As everybody begins to gather with the hush over the crowd, begins to walk forward, and as you guys see, I've got you guys got to spread out across here for the most part.
I moved.
That's fine. I don't care if you guys move or whatever. This is all just for symbolic reasons, mostly for anything else.
How do you even move?
So click on your token and move it.
I put myself right on top of Eldon. On his back.
So we're surrounded by lots of people,
Pinky.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a shit ton of people around
And
here.
this is just a small.
those two are pretty
If I were to put any more tokens, on the screen, it would have logged you out. So, just think about there's probably, and this whole area is just full. I mean, you're probably think about it like when the president gives a speech on the Grand Lawn here in America. I don't know what you guys have in Australia and New Zealand, so I'm just using what I know. Sorry, but it's just thousands upon thousands of people just filled this space.
When the Pope is addressing the public.
My next question is, do I see any guards?
Oh, there's guards posted everywhere, intermixed between the crowd. But you get a sense that even the guards are, even with all the people gathered, are at relative ease.
I immediately check where my employee is.
Can I
Sure he's not getting
attempt to steal gold coin as I walk through people?
You're going to attempt to pickpocket?
Yeah, just
Shit, I wasn't watching him. Fuck!
very easy kind of trimmings that are just very easy for me to kind of get.
Okay, go ahead and make either a perception or investigation. One of the two. I don't care.
Real high.
Investigation.
Is he even anywhere close to me?
No.
No, they're kind of off to the side.
Oh,
Yeah, it's you get a sense that the people that come here for the festival don't really bring much with them. You kind of get a sense that everything is provided for.
Yeah.
You know, the prince or king, or whoever is the ruler, you guys haven't heard yet, takes care of his people during this time. And it's kind of refreshing, especially since you know this, especially you two, and the city of Tyr itself is very volatile between the 7 families, who are always kind of bickering and battering and even fighting amongst breaks out in the streets every once in a while. So to have one ruling family is kind of a peaceful thing. You're like, but as you guys are kind of hanging out, listening to the situation, this large human man, his voice seems to echo and fill its entire space, almost as if it's like Thaumagory turned to 1,000 kind of thing. You hear him, good day, good folks. Blessing be upon you for gathering upon the fields. We honor those heroes of the fallen path and thank them for saving us from the betrayer gods who damn near cast us all down. As we make this day our remembrance, let us read their names and give our thanks. And he begins to read off. I'm not going to read off 42 names, guys. I think that'd be a little long for everybody. Okay?
I use Thermogy to create a red pen light and just cross his face and eyes and start fucking with it.
You want to sound what?
Do any of the names he says like pique my interest or sound familiar?
Make a history roll.
History roll. Okay. Oh, minus two. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, I have minus 2.
You're not very versed in history knowledge. I mean,
Clearly.
you don't know much, so no, not a thing at all.
Sad face.
So as he begins to list off the names and telling their great deeds and giving examples of the battle, I mean, that goes on for like an hour and a half. It's very elegantly spoken, very elegantly worded, and you're amazed at how everybody seems to look up to this guy with almost a sense of love, even amongst all of the races and everything. It's just like, wow.
Can I just have you roll just a one-time savings throw to see if I can fuck with him at all while he's talking?
No.
I mean, if he makes a high savings throw, okay, good. But okay, I was hoping for a 1. It's all right. So he doesn't pay attention to my pen light. It's okay.
As you begin to cast your Thaumagory
I was
and
just-
to try to fuck with him with like a little laser light, a single hand touches your
I'm
shoulder.
busted.
This,
It touched it, but he's on my shoulder.
yeah, well, it reaches up, but you see this tall elf, and he's like 6'7" himself, so he's pretty tall. Wearing these purple and white robes that trail down beyond his form. Long black hair with a silver headband, yellowish-like eyes, fair in complexion, very clean-cut face. Hair is well maintained and oiled. That will not be necessary, Tiefling. I know it's fun, but respect the dead.
So I just do a small infestation, and I have little bugs crawl all over my body. I'm so sorry.
As you try to cast your spell, it does nothing.
Yeah.
I love how Larry's like jumping around.
Poor sport.
everywhere.
So do I pick up on the fact that he used
Party
it, well,
pooper.
he used it on me, so I'm aware, you know.
I
That
pull my cowl over me and
Yeah, kind
become
of.
a little ball. And I
Okay.
So, as it
Can
begins,
I do an investigation to see what disabled the spell?
roll an Arcana, not investigation.
Can I roll an Arcana?
Sure.
you have a better shot at it than anybody. I mean, you probably know what he did.
I mean, I have
Probably a
plus
basic
four.
cantrip for you guys at this point.
Lyra, you know it was
I
some
mean,
form.
I have a plus three.
Yeah, it was some form of counterspell.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You use counterspell on my cantrip? What a douchebag.
But Lyra,
It's a
you
third level
as you
spell.
kind of focus your Arcanic like energy, kind of get a beat on this guy. You get a sense of very powerful magic from him. Like you felt power before, but this power almost seems godlike. The amount of power he's got in him. He is.
It is.
Do you go ahead and roll a general or not intelligence check for you, Alex.
What?
Oh, I thought Alex was going to ask that.
No. That wasn't-
Alden, you'd have no idea. You've never been here.
Did I overhear like Lyra's conversation with the Oswald's wife at the what's it called?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay,
Can I
because
roll an intelligence check to see if I know who he is?
she was talking about an archmage, and this guy sounds like an archmage.
Those Lyra's the
Oh,
dragon.
you mean yeah, you mean the high.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dragon lord who talks over. That's probably the archmage. It should talk to you.
Can I make a perception check on the guy who's doing all of the talking at the front?
The speech? What are you trying to
Yeah.
perceive?
Well, I just want to figure out who exactly, you know,
I would like that
what's his deal.
conserve-
As you go to kind of look at him, trying to get the prince, and suddenly a singular voice in the back of your mind, like, that is the prince.
Yikes.
Prince
Right.
himself, the ruler.
Ooh, gotta get that booty for that for a goal.
That is Prince.
Exactly.
That is Prince Ashton.
Get in there.
That is Prince Ashton Tremel from the Tremel family. They've been
Lyra
reigning
tries to
here.
seduce him and get his money.
They've been reigning here for over 1,000 years. Udu showed him respect. Good man. And it's in the same elven voice that you just heard the Archmaster speak, but it's just in your head.
Okay.
Got their-
So that, yeah. Okay.
So as the prince begins to go on about his speech, and he starts telling these deeds, suddenly you guys see his face go from a calm, poetic kind of voice to kind of a puzzled look. His head kind of goes back and forth. You guys quickly look around. The stones begin to light up. It's vivid like neon blue. One right after another. You feel the vibration of arcanic-like energy. Those who can sense arcana begin to fill the air. And then with like a flash of blue light, fills the whole area, and like the Luxor light just shoots into the sky. As the light fades, look upon your own arms. You're glowing.
What?
Each one of you are glowing.
Is my pants flying?
Like the entire.
He's thinking with his head again.
It's the alien condom, yes. Okay, but
The entire party is glowing.
yeah, the entire party, all of your skins are glowing. No, as you guys look around everywhere else, nobody else is glowing.
And I check my.
All eyes turn to the party. The dwarf, Oswald, and Tanya both look at you guys and take a step back.
I did not. I'm not catching a word of what.
I tried to absorb element, and the glowing, I tried to absorb it into me.
Is it already in you?
Kinda.
That's what she
Tried.
Can I like
That is what she said.
stealth and like run away?
Why do you stealth and run away?
I cast guidance on Alden immediately.
Why are you running away so much?
The bitch instinct is activated.
As all eyes turn upon you,
Yikes.
Oh damn!
the hush begins. You hear the whisper, "Ooh, ah," kind of fill the crowd like, it's happened.
That's what she said.
And then you see the prince raise his arms up. My people! My people! This is a glorious day for the heroes we've been searching for so long, have been chosen by the ancients. As he begins to progress forward, walking straight towards you all.
I use a performance of 20, stand up on top of Eldon's back, rise up. As I rise up, I cause the lights and everything to glow around me. Whatever glowing is inside of me, I make it even brighter. And I try to do it in echo of him walking forward and his statements, trying to accentuate
how and
his
what
statements.
would you be able to do this?
Thermology.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Why
I make all the
You're
wind around
trying
me.
to abuse thermogravity.
I stand up and I make all the wind around me just, circle. Calculate.
I'm gonna cast a spell, and I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay, double thermagy.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
As you go to quickly cast your,
Everything was blocked anyway.
your detect magic. Everything, like your whole radar goes off. Like,
Oops.
there's a stronger sense of the guy standing right behind the dragonborn and the tiefling,
Mm-hmm.
but everything is glowing, including yourself with the detect magic.
Whoa.
As the prince walks forward towards you all. New heroes, new heroes. Do not be alarmed, do not be scared. This is a glorious day. As he walks over to you, he takes a knee and bows before you.
Lyra winks at the prince. Haha.
Liar, he's handsome. I mean, he's gizzard
Oh,
jaw,
yeah. Yes,
he's
he is.
ripped. I mean, he's handsome. Prince Charming-esque,
Oh.
Then on top of Alden, arms raised in the air, wind gushing around me. I accept.
As you hear a voice from behind you, the elven male. My lord, I ask that to, give me a moment with the new heroes. Let me take them and brief them before the crowds get restless, get large. Let's get them into safety. I agree. Men, if you folks agree, my men will escort you with our archmage here to his private sanctum, and we'll further on what has inspired. Inspire's not the word. Whatever. What has happened here? My words escaped me. Sorry, guys. I hope you all accept. It is a great honor to be in the presence of new heroes.
I move in closer to Alden and I push him to kind of like move forward.
So, is this the prince that's saying this, yeah?
Yeah, the prince and archmage Jack.
So I got the prince to go, what do you mean by heroes?
The archmage will explain everything to you. I think it's best for your safety and for ours. Before the crowd begins to push even further, as you guys look around, you can see that the people are starting to walk forward. It's like walking. You see celebrities, you see them all kind of like, ooh, and the guards are trying to keep a circle around you all.
Are they scared or are they?
No, they're more of like in awe, inspired.
Lyra winks at the prince and asks if he's coming up too.
In time, fair elf, as we will have a moment later, but I respect the Archmage, and I think it would be best if he explained what has transpired. That's the word.
Bitch mode is activated. Get me the hell out of here.
Why are you scared of everything?
There's nowhere for you to run, Freddy. You're
crowd
really,
is
you're
caving
really.
in on
There's a crowd caving in. You're standing amongst the royal guard, not even the crown's guard, the royal guard, the prince's personal royal guard, as it's created a barricade.
Okay, well,
As
I
they-
follow.
Yeah, as they lead you through the crowd, and you see the eyes wash over you as you begin to walk past. Leads you into the royal courtyard through this large, magnificent, diamond-encrusted gate, just emblazoned. You don't know how Freddy has not stolen it yet, if his folk are like this before. Yeah. But it leads you through the courtyard, leads you past the palace, following along the path line. Leads you through another smaller wall. Let me take you back over to the city now, real quick, just to kind of get a sense. So here's the royal town, and he's leading you back through here, and he's taking you through a tunnel, taking you to the Archmage area here. As you see the palace, it's in its eminence, finely crafted windows, and it's beautiful. I'm not going to go into too much description now. Running a little light and trying to get through it.
Okay, so I won't screw with you about how many rats are in this little hallway I'm in.
Shut up. So as they lead you through progression, lead you through the tunnel. As you walk through the tunnel, as soon as you cross the precipice, it almost feels like you're walking through stars. You see the walls itself looks like it's staring out in the vastness of the universe. You walk through the precipice and continue going through. It opens back up into a beautiful courtyard. You see different plants from different exotics. Some of the plants seem to be living, different colors. They shouldn't be growing here, but they are. You see a large reflective pool, which seems to be made out of like a solid sheet of mercury. And it expands all this like a giant reflective mirror. He leads you to a small red building. And it seems simple in make. The Archmage walks over to you. This is my chambers. If you would please be of kind and follow me inside.
Okay.
And that is where we'll leave it off for today's session. Thank you all for coming and joining us. I greatly appreciate all those who sat and watched. Episode 1, Remembrance, is that our heroes have set forth on a task. One of our players, unfortunately, was having trouble. I'll get him in on another time. Not that big of a deal. But thank you for watching. See you again next Saturday. Peace.